into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Just stay calm. I'm going to try a different approach today. Okay, I know I've been a lot this week, okay, but there's been a lot of good energy in the place, okay? Just stay calm, gently get out of bed, then get him. Okay, now we're going to get at it because it's a Friday. Good morning, Sal.
How are you doing, bro?
I was trying to temper my own expectations of the day, and then I just thought about the next 3 hours.
You can try your best, but Friday just comes with all the energy that you absolutely asked for, and that's what we are here to deliver, Mzansi. So officially, good morning. Welcome to a brand new day on Expresso, and we've got everything lined up this morning. We've got moms turned dance stars who are shaking up the stage with funky culture, and then we're going to a bold new take on beauty that's all about how you feel and express yourself. And yes, we've got inspiration covered.
Yeah, because it's got to exemplify through your action. It doesn't matter if you look good, you must feel good and act good. That's the whole point.
The trifecta.
And you can see how I'm trying to pump myself up right now because we'll be chatting about the Springboks. They're gearing up for, can we call it round 2 against the Wallabies? Yep, a refreshed lineup. And of course, then the countdown officially begins to the 2025 Women's Rugby World Cup. Cannot wait. Okay, I'm going to send you off to go prepare to dance. I hope that we are preparing you to dance. Now, we, of course, want to start a conversation with you guys, as we do every morning, and keep it going for the next 3 hours. So take a look at your screens right now. We're going to be putting this question up, and in just a moment, I want you guys to head to the socials, spend a little bit of time there, of course, some great content, but we are going to be posting a question to you. Oh, there we come. It's game day weekend with the Boks up against the Wallabies, and, of course, the Women's Rugby World Cup. Who are you going to be backing? Who are the stars that you're most excited about? We'll chat about that in just a moment. Right now, of course, I've got to get into those sporting headlines and news headlines before we get set.
Thank you so much, G-Man. And yes, Mzansi, come through with a conversation. But for now, let's kick off official duties. And starting on national headlines, President Cyril Ramaphosa says South Africa will expand trade with key partners as global tariffs, including those from the US, reshape economic ties. Now, speaking at the 9th International Summit on African Development in Tokyo, he highlighted private sector participation in rail and port networks, alongside a re-industrialization drive centered on green energy. Now, the agenda also prioritizes regional integration and better access for South African agriculture and industrial products. Now, Ramaphosa says these measures aim to boost growth while opening broader market opportunities. Well, next up, in local headlines, Limpopo's Department of Transport says 39 people, including 30 pupils from a school for children with special needs, were injured when a bus overturned on the R71 in Magubaskloof outside Sanim. Now, the injured were taken to 3 nearby hospitals, while emergency services, police and traffic officials remained on the scene. Now, investigations into the cause of the accident are underway, and authorities are expected to release more details as families and communities rally in support of the injured. Well, we move to international headlines next, and giraffes, long thought to be a single species, have officially been recognized as 4 distinct species by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Now, researchers compared skull shapes, head sizes, and genetic diversity, concluding that the southern reticulated northern and Maasai giraffes evolved separately across Africa, and that's due to rivers, valleys, and rainforests acting as natural barriers. Now, scientists say recognizing these differences is crucial for protecting the world's tallest mammals, as conservation strategies can now be tailored more effectively to safeguard each species. Well, next up, Ukraine says Russia fired 574 drones and 40 missiles on Wednesday night, marking the heaviest bombardment in weeks. Now, 1 person died in Lviv, while several others were injured in Transcarpathia. Now, Ukrainian air defenses intercepted most of the barrage, and these strikes came as US President Donald Trump advanced diplomatic efforts, meeting both Vladimir Putin and Vladimir Zelensky. Now, Zelensky has offered to meet Putin in Switzerland, Austria, or Istanbul, but rejected Budapest. And the escalation underscores the urgency of talks as civilian casualties continue mounting. Now, lastly, in this round of headlines, in Hiroshima, some of the most powerful witnesses to history aren't people, but trees. Yeah, you heard correctly. Now, known as Hibaku Jumoku. Now, this is atomic bomb survivors, and they stood scorched and shattered by the 1945 blast, yet sprouted green again. Now, today, an organization called Green Legacy Hiroshima is working to preserve their legacy for not just hundreds, but thousands of years. Now, seeds from these resilient trees have been shared and planted in 41 countries, transforming survival into symbols of peace. Now, as Hiroshima marked the 80th anniversary, the project reminds us that even in devastation, life can push through quietly, and urging future generations to choose compassion, renewal, and growth over destruction. Well, what a beautiful way to end these headlines, but we carry on with the next round and we're going into all things sport, and I'm sure G-Man has the latest.
Thank you so much. After that beautiful story, hopefully this doesn't temper the mood. Let's start with footy news first. Liverpool defender Jeremy Frimpong is out for several weeks, in fact, after sustaining a hamstring injury. That was in Friday's 4-2 win over Bournemouth. The £29.5 million summer signing from Bayern Leverkusen limped off an hour into his Premier League debut. So with Conor Bradley only just returning to training, the champions face an early test of their right back depth. So we'll certainly watch that space. Now let's turn to rugby, and a glittering career coming to an end. Former Australian scrum half Will Guinea will officially retire, and he's done it, chasing the curtain on a 20-year career that included an incredible 110 test caps. The 37-year-old, Australia's seventh most capped player in history, last represented the Wallabies back in 2019 before stints in Japan with Kintetsu Liners, and a former captain, in fact. Guinea also starred for the Reds, the Rebels, Stade Francais, just to name a few, and tributes obviously poured in, led by longtime teammate and halves partner, the incredible Quade Cooper. Quite a moment in time. Now let's get on to a modern moment, as Keshav Maharaj has now returned to the summit of the ICC Men's ODI Bowling Rankings. That was after his match-winning 5 for 33 powered the Proteas to a 98-run win over Australia in Cairns yesterday. A little bit of revenge there. The 35-year-old spinner, previously topping late 2023, leapfrogged Kuldeep Yadav and Mohish Tikshana in doing that, both having stellar seasons as well. In the T20 international rankings, the Protea star Deval Brevis climbed up to 12th. Now let's get on to Formula One, and Malaysia has dismissed the prospect of Formula One returning anytime soon, citing soaring costs and an already congested calendar. Sepang International Circuit, which staged its last Formula One race back in 2017, would cost the government around 300 million ringgit. That's about $71 million annually, in fact, to host, plus 10 million ringgit to upkeep. While Formula One is off the table, the circuit continues to host MotoGP as its premier international event. We're going to be chatting a little bit more about the Springboks. Morgan Newman has stepped into the studio. We'll chat to him in just a moment. Right now, on the foot of our new weekend, the weather becomes a lot more important. Let's get the latest.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, let's dive into weather for the first time this morning. And the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning. And that's for waves that could cause localized damage to coastal infrastructure from Lambert's Bay to Plettenberg Bay. Now, this is extending to Alexander Bay by tomorrow evening and persisting into Sunday. Now, inland extremely high fire danger conditions are also expected across the extreme northeast of the Northern Cape and parts of the Northwest, as well as the Free State, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, KwaZulu-Natal, and the Eastern Cape. Now, residents are urged to take precautionary measures as dry, windy conditions will heighten these risks. Well, from Weather News, it's the first chance to see one of our sunrise views of the hour. And check this one. Durban Beach is looking good. This shot was sent in by Derek, and it looks incredible. A nice warm day. You can expect 24 degrees of weather on your side of town. And it looks like it's definitely time to bring those costumes out, go dip in the ocean, and make the most of it. A perfect way to start the weekend. And thank you for sharing that sunrise view with us. We'll do it all again in the next hour. The number's 063-036-9649. Share it with us so we can celebrate it. And for now, though, let's celebrate the temperatures that you can expect on your side of town. Enjoy.
Okay, so it looks like the weather's starting to play ball just a little bit. I know some big weekends. Chris is getting married this weekend, so I really hope the weather holds that. Not so much. I want it to be as hectic and nasty for the Wallabies tomorrow. And of course, we've got a lot more on the cards this weekend from a sporting perspective. In fact, where are we going to put our attention? Game day weekend, Boks up against the Wallabies, and then of course the Springbok ladies take on Brazil to open their World Cup account on Sunday. It's massive.
I'm feeling good about this one, man. Sunday's going to be a banger, and we definitely need to support our ladies. So get involved in that one. Sunday's when that game is happening, and of course, I know everybody wants revenge for this Saturday.
You're actually going to the game,
I'm going to the game, yeah. So I'm going to get live and experience at it. It's at the DHL Stadium, so I can't wait. And yo, Mzansi, I'm going to bring you a little bit of those highlights maybe next week. But for now, though, we've got Morgan here to chat about all the hype. And the man is coming in fresh, thick and fast. He's looking ready to give us all the revenge energy that
he looks like a new man today. Maybe we need a little bit of that. You'll see now.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Vitally important sporting weekend on the way, certainly from the perspective of the Springboks as they face a resilient Wallabies team at the DHL Stadium with 10 changes to the lineup. Jessie Creel leads again. Obviously, we are missing Sia due to injury, and we're going to see Oxen Chair back on the field as vice-captain. Cheslin Colby, Damien Delendi, and of course, Vali LaRue returning for a vitally important match, not just for the Rugby Championship, but I think for the Springbok psyche right now. And Morgan Newman, former professional player, sports presenter at Good Hope FM, joins us to chat about the weekend's match. revenge. Now, I don't want to set it up too much in that sense, because I think my arrogance coming into last weekend might have cost us in the end. 10 changes. That is officially ringing the changes. Did we need to go to that degree, or is this part of a bigger process of mapping out the squad before we jump on this being just purely, okay, you're fired, let's bring in a new team?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's look.
It is what it is.
a lot of people, and I have followed Rassie quite carefully, and a lot of this was planned.
Yeah.
I think whether we had won last week or not, I think the 10 changes.
It's testing depth, yeah,
It's
for sure.
testing depth. You know, I think there's a couple of players that miss out because of the fact that we lost. Like Mona van der Berg, I think would have come in on the bench, but because we lost, I think you keep a guy with the experience of Kobus Reinach on the bench.
We hadn't earned the right yet to play him, yeah.
Exactly, but it does create a bit of a, you know, I was talking to quite a lot of people in the rugby industry. It does create a little bit of discomfort in the Springbok squad, because if you're not a certainty, or you don't know that you're going to be picked week in and week out, you always feel like you're proving yourself. Yeah. And I feel like the Bok performance over the weekend was a case of me having to prove myself to try and keep my spot.
And I suppose that can lead to a bit of a disjointed kind of makeup on the field, because you should be thinking strategy and makeup and your role, not your long-term goals in those sort of moments. So you've got some key players who will represent that. Obviously, Cheslin knows the fold, the feel, the energy, the players better than most, because he's been through it. Damien back in, and Vili, how much of a difference to the game style will that make?
Well, the reality is, I don't think it changes our game style. You know, if I'm brutally honest.
We're still trying to achieve what we want to achieve, right?
Correct. You know, it's still like for like. I mean, you take Andre Estes and Damien Delendi, much of the same player. Yes, much more experienced, Damien, I get that. You take Cheslin Colby, fantastic, you know, one of the best rugby players in the world currently. But him and Edo van der Merwe, it's not going to change your game. You know, it's not like you're bringing a big ball-carrying winger onto the wing potentially, or you bring it, you know, fleet-footed, very skillful.
Just got to prove you're better than last week's oak in the position, pretty much. So there and again lies.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know, like, and I hate to, you know, it's easy to criticize the Boks now that they've lost one game. It's not all doom and gloom, but I think the real cracks of this Bok makeup is sort of coming to the fore to a certain degree.
Okay, so we can't forget that we've got to look at the nuance of building a squad, but there also needs to be a bit of fire and a bit of meat there, and maybe we learned a lesson from the Australians last week. I joked about them being battle-hardened from the Lions, not to the degree that we were. They look like they've just come off a season.
Yeah.
They had that kind of mental resilience. They were able to pick their moments. What needs to shift and change? Is it just sinking back into why are you playing for this jersey, for this emblem, for this World Cup? Get the fire going again, or is it a minor tweak to how we're playing?
Well, I think the reality is, you know, we were completely off the Bok blueprint last week against the Aussies. You know,
We were
playing
off the field, I think, last week,
we
by
were.
their own admission.
You know, the opening 20 minutes, hard, direct,
Amazing,
coming around the corner. Sia picks up, scores a fantastic try. I mean, you know, so
Andre was amazing as well, I thought.
was amazing. So the reality is the Bok blueprint is big, physical, pack of forwards, dominate up front, lay the platform, and then exploit with the backs. We did that for 20 minutes, and we won 20, and we were 20-0 up. We then decided, let's play exhibition rugby, let's spread the ball into the wide channels, and we lost 38 points to 0 in 60 minutes.
Are we ever going to be able to play that beautiful game? And I say it with all due respect, because I think we win or lose games in the tiniest moments, in the tight, with knowledge that others maybe not. Dion Fourie, for instance, I think won us that World Cup.
Yeah.
With a quiet little moment on the sideline, just from his experience, you know? But that being said, we want to close out games 55. We want to be able to beat a team that we know we have their number. Are we going to become that expansive rugby team?
Well, the reality is, you know, I think from a personal point of view and from coaching a little bit as well, I think that we need to be able to grind for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's the last 20 minutes, it's our bomb squad, it's then the exuberance of, you know, sort of playing the ball in the wide channels. But we know the Bok blueprint, we're never going to beat a team by 60 points from the outset. We're just not wired
Break
that way.
them first, and then they'll give you the 60 points.
You know what I mean? We're just not wired that way. I mean, if you look across the board, if you take our loose trio this weekend, for example, you know, Jean-Luc Dupree, Franco Master, those are not guys that are going to play in the wide channel. Franco Master, you know what you're going to get. You're going to come around the corner, big ball carrier. He's going to try and be hard and direct.
They're never going to leave you alone. Yeah.
He's going to run over the first person he sees not around. And so we need to just stick to what works for us.
Lean into it. I like it. Okay, give me a score differential here. How are you feeling about the
So you know what? I know conditions, Cape Town looks like it's going to be probably slightly wet, but I always think it's going to be close. I don't think we have the ability to beat teams, good teams, which is now the Aussies, which is a very well-coached team. We can't beat teams by 20, 30 points anymore. So I think it's going to be very close. I think within 7 again.
Okay, I like that. And who's going to be the star? Who's going to shine tomorrow, do you think?
It's funny, I think Grant Williams, that 9-10 combination appeals to me. Grant Williams and Henry Pollard, there's just something about that is stable. You know, Grant Williams, the exuberance of speed,
I
pick off
think
the
he's
rucks.
the it guy this year. Grant seems to have a little bit. You talk about the fire. He doesn't need to be told why he's on that field.
Correct. Don't get me wrong, I'm a massive Manny Libbok fan,
Yeah.
and I think he's been an injustice to have taken as much flack as he did. But Andre Pollard, I think at this stage of where we're at now, we'll just direct our pack a little bit more.
Yeah, just we need a captain to release this team. I still think we can put 50, but I'm arrogant, as I discovered last weekend. So I have been humbled since, but we love the Boks. We love the Bok brand of rugby, whether they're playing tight or expansive. Just get the job done. Buddy, good luck this weekend. Your little heart,
thank
man.
you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
The boys getting me ramped up for this weekend. Oh, revenge is going to be sweet. I'm telling you, Mzansi, we're getting behind our boys. But before we do, we got to get behind our bellies to give us the energy to add the gears for this weekend. So I think this is probably perfect timing for us to initiate some of that Braai vibe. You know, that's what's on the menu for this weekend. I'm hoping that I can get Morgan in on this one because he's a man that looks like he loves some Braai, especially when I look at his pies. It looks like it's filled with weekend Braais. You ready for this, bro?
So ready, so ready. Oh, wow.
So how's your like lamb chop game, bro? Are you a Braai master at all?
I'd like to believe that's the only thing I can do in the kitchen.
Is it?
Anything else, don't give me.
Okay.
But a little loin chop is up my alley.
Okay, lekker. So maybe I can ask you to help me out with this one. We're going to try and just grill some chops up and then also make a beautiful sauce and a basting to go with it. So we're elevating the Braai vibes. You know, when you get the boys over, the family, they're looking for something special and not just the game. So let's get into it. You ready for this one?
What am I doing?
Okay, so you're going to baste the chops, right? And we've got some sort of like a chili, paprika powder over there, garlic powder and salt. And some oil, and that's pretty much the first step for this. So you can kind of like
mixing it all together?
Yeah, you can just like spice it up. You don't have to kind of baste it. You can use your hands if you want to. Yeah, of course, man. I'm just gonna put the pans on so long because we need some heat for this one, and this one in the center is already on. So. Yeah, man, that's nice and delicate.
How do you like it? Spicy or?
Spicier the better, bro.
Really?
Yeah, like, bring it
Okay,
on.
okay,
You know
okay.
what I like? I like it when you have like, almost like a layer of spice that kind of just crisps up and caramelizes. That seems to get the encapsulation process. It's like encapsulating all the flavor of the meat. So, bro, the more the merrier.
So I'm
I'm
going to do
absolutely
that for
vibing
you.
that. Yeah, man.
Make sure there's nice and oil in that pan there so that we can do the crusting.
While you're doing that, though, Morg, I'm going to just work on the sauce here in the meantime because this is going to start to baste those chops when you do put it on. And I'm going to speak to you, Mzansi, about how easy this one is to put together. If you are wondering about how on earth are we going to do this, I can't pay attention, they're moving so fast. Don't worry, we got you. We got a QR code in your screen right now. You can scan that. All these ingredients, all the steps to this recipe is there, along with some more Braai inspiration. We've got snack platters and a whole lot for this weekend, so go get it all there right now. But I'm working on the sauce for the lamb chops. And we've got tomato sauce going in the bowl here. We've got some honey. How you doing there, Morgs?
Yeah, all good, all good.
Good on your side?
Almost ready for you. Still...
Honey going over here. I've got some mustard also going in. Let me just use the spoon for this one. It's going to be a little bit easier. Then we've got some, ooh, that looks like, smells like balsamic over there. And then...
Are you quite the chef in general?
I like to think so, bro, but like, you know, we also like to think we're an incredible athlete and then we try to run. And the body doesn't work in this day and age.
You're telling me.
But the last one in there was Worcestershire sauce, however you like to say that, and then a little bit of chili. Bro, do you like it hot?
Not too hot, to be fair. I run away from hot, but
I'll hold back on some of that.
I'll trust your judgment over there.
Okay, so the boys in the kitchen making some Braai chops, lamb chops. It looks like the seasoning is done to perfection over here,
We're good to go.
So we can pop this on. I think it's nice and hot. Yeah, the griddle's hot. We've got a little bit of oil on that. That's pretty much looking ready to pop onto the grid or the Braai, whichever one you got for the weekend.
Do I need to use some
bro,
of this?
go for it. It's been pre-oiled for you. Everything's ready. You can just pop it on.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, there's the sizzle that we came for. You were waiting for that, like something's going to happen.
Yeah. My mother always says to me, it's got to talk to you.
It must,
It's
yes.
gotta talk,
I love that. But, bro, but like, generally on the weekends when you're watching the game, because I know you're often commentating and you're often involved on the game day, but when you do get your own time, are you hooking up with a Braai? What is
Dude, this is up my alley.
Yeah?
100%. Exactly like this, with a few snacks, and I'm happy as Larry.
Oh, I love that, dude. You need to invite me over. What do you have for like game day snacks? Because we're going to put a snack platter together a little bit later. But what would you have on your board?
In South Africa, you know, we've got to go, it's the biltong.
Oh, got to have the billies,
The billies.
Yeah.
And then, of course, some cheeses. I love cheeses. And don't forget chips with dip.
Yes,
I mean,
lots
it's
of
just
chips, bro.
Lots of chips. Got to keep it nice and salty.
Nice.
And some dip, and then I'm happy. Yeah. And then
Bro, perfect. You came to the right place. We're actually going to be doing some dips later as well. Like I promised, we've got a snack platter coming. But Morgan's pretty much perfected these chops. So I'm going to
I'm
start
just going
with...
to tan them quickly, and then I'm going to put them in there, or you're going to put this on
No,
top?
so this is going to actually be the basting. So
Okay,
while
okay,
that's
teaching
getting
me.
grilled up on the braai or on our grill pan over here, we're going to create somewhat of a little basting. So
okay, I got
this
you.
is what I've put together. Call it a sauce, call it what you want, but this is going to bring these chops to life. And again, you can get wild and creative with this. You don't have to stick to just using it on your chops. If you've got a steak going, if you've got like any other meats, it's going to really do well there. So let me just make sure this is actually on. Yeah, there we go. Heat's on. That's going to start to kind of
get some
reduce
colour,
its
yeah?
thing. And then literally the chops are going to bath in this basting. Really just bring it to life and be game day worthy, bro.
Can't wait. I'm also going to just try and, you know, the fat on the chops.
Yes?
I'm going to try and just turn them on their side so we
yeah.
give them a good color, you know?
Do you, so I have a thing where when it comes to fat, I don't actually enjoy chowing fat unless it's like really crispy and really hard, like almost like crackling, bro.
Yeah.
So,
So that's what I'm going to try and do, yeah. Don't judge me.
Okay, you know the way to my heart, Morgan. But that's the vibe. Obviously, you guys can have fun with this one, whichever way you do prefer it, whether you want like medium rare, well done. I like
How
a
do
bit
you
of that.
like yours?
And so, dude, I like it too. I know this is probably the hardest way to do it, but if you can get it like medium rare on the inside, right? But have that fat like crackling and crispy. Oh man,
Sure,
that
the
is
pressure, the pressure, dude.
yeah, that's what I'm expecting from you, bro. You better deliver. Game day for you though. Where are you going to be watching this weekend?
I'm actually not going to the game this time.
yeah?
Yeah. A bunch of mates have decided let's all to get together, you know? Because
Nice.
the stadium and all that kind of stuff, it's nice, but sometimes it's just nice to be at home. I can actually watch and I can listen to the commentary and I can get the full experience. You go to the game, you don't have commentary. It's like, you know, sometimes it's a little bit
It's
overwhelming.
quite an experience, bro. I haven't been in quite a while because I've been enjoying like analyzing the game from the screen, pretending like I know everything that's going on as well.
Well, you said you're going this time.
So I'm going to the stadium. So what can I expect, bro? Because you're quite a like aficionado.
Dude, unbelievable experience.
Yeah.
Cape Town Stadium is unbelievable. Firstly, I see that they're doing sort of, you can buses in. So try and park quite far out and then take the bus in.
So you can get like a little fan walk experience.
Yeah, there's like a fan walk experience. I think it's something like $20 or something in and out. Very well done by the city. And then, of course, there's just so many different... You talk about game day snacks. There's so many different vendors around the field.
Oh, yes, please.
The halftime entertainment is going to be second to none.
Oh, there's some cultural snacks there, bro, like some samosas and pies as well.
Without a doubt, you know what I mean? If you know if Uncle Muhammad's samosas is not there, then we're in trouble.
Then there's problems in Cape Town. But listen, Borg, you've been an absolute pleasure.
So
Thank
this
you
is looking so good, dude.
Yeah, and thank you for hyping us for game day. I think our sauce is pretty much ready. So all
Exactly
you're going
the
to
way
do
you
is
asked for it.
baste this. Morg has done this perfectly. We'll finish this off a little bit later because we've got some more snacks for game day. But right now, Mzansi, you got to stay tuned in. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've got a lot to tuck into right now. We are making some good food, and we're going to bring some conversation to the forefront. So get ready to skinner and gesels. We'll see you after this. Nice, bro. This is perfect.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us as we get ready to connect with an incredible human being on an amazing arc in her life and career. Maxine Caesar is a South African singer-songwriter who has just released her soul-bearing debut EP, It's Complicated, because she's complicated apparently, which is a 6-song journey through love, through heartbreak, and through healing, most importantly. But let's give you a first-hand look and listen at what she's all about. Ladies and gents, can we muster a little round of applause for Maxine Caesar? Yay!
Thank you.
I always love, look, and you've got a lot of friends here, so hopefully you feel this is a safe, wonderful place to be in a very cool phase of your next chapter, I'm going to call it.
So exciting.
It feels like life has been complicated for you, and it needed to come out.
But in the best way.
Exactly, because now you're processing and you have 6 beautiful songs and debut EP.
My babies.
And it's taken us a while, girl. Before we get into the timing of this, how does it feel when you get to these moments, just to be on TV, watching yourself?
It's so cool, honestly. Like, and also a bit of a relief, because I'm like, okay, it's out. Because I've had this music for a while, and I've been sitting on it for a bit, you know?
What changed? What shifted to make this the right time? Because it feels right.
I think life. Like, you get to a stage where you're like, okay, I'm ready to just let the music go and do what it needs to do.
Does that represent where you are? Is it your musical understanding, or are you at a point in life where you're able to let go?
Yeah, definitely goes together, for sure.
I love it. So walk us through this journey. What's been going on in your world for the last few years to make it so complicated?
So much. Do you know, I started writing the music for this EP in 2018, not knowing that it's for the EP. And I love that I got to go through so much life since then. And I think I was 25-ish, around about that, like when I started writing some of the songs.
You feel like you're an adult, but you've barely even gotten out the gates.
Thank you. Just a baby.
Completely. And look, I've got double on that. And we work in a space where you're discovering new things about yourself all the time.
And it never ends. Like, it just doesn't end. You're learning continuously. And I think up until now, I've learned so much. And even relationship-wise, I got married in between that time. So 2018 me and 2025 me, all of that mushed together in one EP. It's a millennials
But I love that.
diary.
There are a lot of people struggling with how crazy the world is right now because it feels a little too complicated, a little polarized. To be able to process what's going on in your world through your work.
Yes.
Does it start with the emotion and trying to understand yourself? Does it start with a line, a song, a hook? Where does the creative energy come from?
Definitely from my surroundings. And I got asked the question, what do you want people to feel when they listen to your music? And I always say, I wanted to heal, you know, because you get to dance to the music, cry, laugh, and all of those things are healing. And I just think it's such a cool thing that I got to put it into a body of work. In a way that I love, like I get to do it through song.
When you return to a song from 2018, when you've got to keep going back into that space, what does that feel like? So I would imagine after a while, like, you never want to release it because it's your own little thing, this separate relationship.
That's actually funny because there's a specific song on the EP that I wrote at a time where the subject matter is, and it was a true story, I was in a situation where I liked a boy, but he liked another girl.
Oh, no.
But it was also like giving me signs, and I was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
You know, but it was all of those emotions that when I wrote the song, I was like, it's there, we don't know what we're gonna do. And I love that it ended up on the EP. Because I mean, I'm so distant from those emotions, but a lot of people are connecting with it now.
Maybe a lot of other people need to hear those words. And I love the fact, I used to joke that all my, comedian and musician friends were the most mentally broken. Now y'all are the most well-balanced.
Not us being married.
Yeah, exactly. Now you've found balance in your life, but most importantly, you're giving us the emotional language and the tools to be able to process.
For sure. And I always say that artists, we carry so much. And that means that we have a lot to give as well. And we take so much from everyone around us. And people will go, oh yeah, but you just sang for 2 hours. I'm like, yeah, but in those 2 hours, I felt that person, that person, that person. And I had to give. And it's a lot.
And it feels like you have figured out a way to constantly refill the cup now, or maybe that was the coming of age that allowed you to enter, because it's going to get hectic from now on. You can't be this successful with a debut offering like this, and it is amazing.
Thank you.
It's going to come for you. So I'm going to maybe flip the scripture and say there are a lot of young girls in particular, or maybe women, stuck in a gateway that they think is that limitation. What do you have to say to them when you look back over what you've achieved now
Gosh.
in this little journey to create this EP?
You know, someone said to me last night, actually, they were like, the sky is not the limit. Like saying that there's more than that.
Oh, for
And I
sure.
was like, that's crazy, because I never thought of it that way. But I think just with, as you grow, the more there is to share.
Completely.
And the more there is to learn. Like life is just ever changing. Even art, you have to grow with it as it moves, as it changes, as the industry changes. It's always, you're never off. You don't get to switch your brain off as artists. Like you're just always learning something new's popping up, and like, oh, we don't do it like that anymore. And then you have to,
Love that.
like, I'm one person.
Students and mentor, no, you're not. You're complicated, girl. And I think you have to be multifaceted to hit it in every direction like you're going to be doing, but just embrace it, man. I'm so glad that we get to be just a little marker in the journey
I love
for
it.
you.
You guys have been so supportive.
This is the manifestation station, as we say, and
love that.
this is living proof, my good people. Don't worry, enough talking. We are going to, yes, well, we will chat a little bit more to delve into a few more interesting facts, but yes, performances coming your way from Maxine in just a moment. Stick around.
We cannot wait for that performance, but from one superstar female to another. Let's get into this one, because as the creative force behind the popular Just Jade blog, dynamic content creator Jade Robertson, known for serving up everything from fashion inspo to lifestyle must-haves, joins us in the studio. And with a unique voice and bold aesthetic, her eye for trends and love for all things buzzworthy, she's here to dive into what's making waves in the world of entertainment. And also joined by this guy. What are you doing here, bro?
Let's bring your friend to work then. I'm the stranger at the Braai.
To support Maxine. It must be, this is Maxine's husband.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was on the couch and I said, hey, can I come skinner with you? Can I come gossip, please?
Always welcome.
Listen,
you.
Jade's not going to complain having one of the best
Thank
comedians
you.
in South Africa
Thank
on
you.
our table with us. But welcome
you.
back. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
your Feel Good Breakfast
Thank
Show. How are
you.
you doing, Jade?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. New mom, so super exciting. Been
Yeah.
loving that. Yes, my baby's turning 1, so she's just been amazing.
So that's a whole full-time job as it
Full.
is. And you're still content creating. You're doing the
Everything.
absolute most. How are you juggling everything?
I don't know, eh? One day at a time. Like, I mean, I only worked focused on this morning when I got here. So, like, one thing at a
You
time.
showed
like,
up, you've done well. The
One
baby's
thing at a
actually in the
time.
car. I saw the kid there. When I arrived, I'm like, are you okay?
Was
Baby's
the
like,
window
yeah.
rolled down at
Roll
least?
down a bit,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
Cold, the windows are up.
It goes up. I'm joking, eh?
Okay, well, we've established why you're here, and I can't be more grateful for that. And I think before we even get into this, this is still Women's Month. We're still in the month of August, and I use every opportunity I can to bring this conversation to the forefront. And seeing that there's 2 men a part of this round table, this is a great opportunity for us to put you on a pedestal and say, hey, how are you juggling what you're doing? And how would you advise other women out there that are trying to juggle intense hustles, a family, and a career?
You know, honestly, for me, it's also about the support system you have at home. I must give that, like a support system that you have at home. Like I said, I take it one day at a time. There's nothing else that you can do. Focus on what needs to be done now. Focus on that and then move on to the next thing. Because when you honestly just spread out everything and you think about everything at once, you are going to drown. Like, because last night I was in that situation. Like, I was shooting a campaign, putting the baby to bed, needed to be here this morning, and like, I was just like, okay.
How?
Yeah, I was just like, okay, I need to like pull it in, one thing, focus on this, get it done, move on to the next thing. So that's how I do it.
I love that, but that's practical advice.
Yeah,
Because you're
that's
often
just
being
fun.
so
Yeah.
like out there and esoteric with how we actually tackle these. But I love that. That's practical, one step at a
Absolutely.
time.
And you must have the hand movements when you prepare
Yes,
your product, because
yes,
when you're in the rhythm, go.
Hey, that sounds like
That's
my
important.
parents when they
Yeah.
were reprimanding me.
See, that's exciting. Come. I throw the ball at you. Come.
Well, listen,
step
while
at a
we've got the two of you here, I think this is perfect timing to get into some skinner and gesels. We're going to
Yeah.
start off with some local headlines. There's always a lot to get into. So let's dive into it right now. And I think fans will be discussing this quite a bit. We're talking about the SASMAs. This is our African Social Media Awards. Now, it's a popular South African media personality, YouTuber Lasizwe. We all know about him.
Yes.
Now, he has made headlines this week after publicly urging his fans not to vote for him in the upcoming South African Social Media Awards. Now, despite being nominated in 3 major categories, Lasizwe emphasized that he values impact over accolades, stating that the recognition alone is enough. And he also criticized the award for profiting off fans and the votes, while nominees receive no financial compensation, only a glass trophy. Now, this video obviously sparked mixed reactions online, and some praised Lasizwe's honesty and concern for his supporters' financial well-being, while others questioned the sustainability of award shows without paid voting. Now, this is something I never have actually even thought about, but it's a weird one because you kind of like saying we need to exploit your viewers, your people, to get votes to drive our show, but you kind of need it in order to create the show.
But my thing is it also realistic? Because my thing is, if someone doesn't have money but they really support you, then they can't vote. So it's like, oh, you need to have money in order to win.
Yeah, what's the balance? How do you make it work? Listen, vote for me. I'm going to enter the awards. If you follow me.
But I like what he's, I love what he's bringing to the forefront here, jokes aside, because he's almost saying, listen, do you need to be at a certain financial bracket to be a fan that can have impact for the artist? You know what I mean?
My serious answer is award systems need a panel of judges so that there's an authority and that there's a system just to allow the auditing process to be as smooth as possible. From a comedy perspective, it's always tough. We don't do it for accolades, but you want to make sure that the most popular person doesn't win because their numbers filter and go poof.
Exactly.
Whereas if there's a board and a way to assess it, then that allows for the smooth sailing of auditing. And no one's ever going to be happy, but at least it's due process.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And I think numbers definitely are skewed these days. They don't speak quality. Numbers don't speak to the engagement, and they don't speak to a lot of things these days.
I could be the sexiest man in the world with 2 million followers.
Might just be.
But the others don't agree.
All right, well, let's keep moving on because we've got something to celebrate when it comes to some of the most beautiful couples in South Africa. And our beloved couple, Dr. Musa Ntombeni, as well as Liesl Larry Ntombeni, marked their 4th wedding anniversary with a tropical escape to the Philippines, continuing their tradition of celebrating love with wanderlust and wit. Now, the pair tied the knot in 2021. She had heartfelt tributes and playful banter on Instagram, melting hearts across Mzansi. And I think fans and fellow celebrities flooded their comment section with admiration, dubbing them the country's couple and Instagram's favorite love story. I think this anniversary celebration not only showcased the enduring bond, but reaffirmed the status as South Africa's ultimate relationship goals. And guys, with all the relationships that I've seen breaking down, this one I can get behind,
We need this.
Do we need this?
We do. And I love them. They're so cute. Like, I remember the year Liesl won, South Africa actually met her, and she actually told me that she used to follow me from when I was blogging back in the day at university. And I was like,
that is amazing.
so cute. I love her. She's so sweet. But yeah, I've been loving the content. They've been traveling. They've been traveling. I miss traveling, so I've been noticing. They've been traveling. I can't wait again. But yeah, I really do love them. I do think they are the it couple. They are really cute. I do love them. I'm a couple person, guys. I've been 20 years in a relationship. So
we all love love.
Love is the best. It's the best.
I love that. And I love the fact that you guys are still going to be sticking around because from a local entertainment, we move to international up next. And I'm hoping that there's even more Skinner Gesels around the corner. So don't go anywhere. A lot to look forward to right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, especially with these two.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're opening up right here on S3, and we got two superstars with us just to have a little extra Skinner and Gesels. So thank you so much, Jade, for joining us. Dylan Oliver's still here in the building.
I haven't left. He
hasn't left.
I'm that uncle. I'm here. I'm at the Braai. I know.
He's going to end up with a barakat party later, asking for food.
I'm the cameraman. I'm the cameraman.
Well, there's a lot to discuss. Obviously, I love the fact that we could talk about local entertainment, but let's dive into the world of international news. And there's a lot that's taking the headlines. Bella Thorne is up first and making headlines again after proposing to her fiancé. Yes, we're talking about producer Mark Ems. And in a very romantic gesture that flipped traditional gender roles, 1 year after Ems originally popped the question, Thorne got down on one knee in a candlelit room filled with flowers and heart-shaped balloons, sharing the moment on Instagram with the caption, 3 years ago we met, 1 year later he proposed, now 1 year later, so did I. The move sparked mixed reactions online, with fans split between celebrating her boldness and questioning the need for a second proposal. What's going on here?
I think she obviously wasn't ready for the first one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, she took her own power and then she's like, okay, I'm ready now, so I'm going to propose. I see nothing wrong with that. I think it's great, yeah.
Power to her. You can say no. Also, sometimes men don't. Yeah, men don't realize. We need time to grow as well.
No.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
true.
she saw him and went, okay, you need 2 more years of work.
You're not ready.
You're not ready. I'm ready, but you're not ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's quite cool that they were able to have a conversation which allowed them to still stay together.
Yeah,
Very mature.
Because
arguments,
often
exactly.
I think for maybe a male, having someone say no to a question like that.
Yes.
It must hurt.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Last week I asked my wife, can we go for dinner? She said no. I said, we're not going to go for dinner again because I wanted to go for dinner tonight.
She had to prepare for the show today, bro. Come on, you gotta understand
I
why.
know.
Okay, well let's move on. We got another incredible superstar earlier this week. R&B sensation Tamar Braxton shared the shocking details of her ordeal. Now listen to this. This is crazy, right? She revealed that she found herself in a pool of blood, and she was found by a close friend, and she was in a pool of blood, right? And Braxton suffered a fractured nose, lost teeth, and limited mobility, and described being too weak to talk, and that was in the immediate aftermath. Now, the cause of the incident remains unknown. Yeah, this is even crazier. And Braxton herself admitted she has no memory of what happened. Now, the singer, known for her powerful vocals and candid personality, said the experience has prompted her to begin a mental health journey, emphasizing the importance of healing both physically and emotionally. But this is just crazy to me. Like, where do we begin here?
I don't know. I was like,
was it
I don't know, were you
party?
with exactly, were you with someone beforehand? Like, what was your last memory before
Yes.
that? Like, I mean, that's where we have to start.
I have so many
mean,
questions.
investigate,
Yeah,
guys.
just I see you've got all that. Hang on.
No, you have
Receipts.
to start. Who was the last person that saw
Yeah.
you? Who was the last person you remember
Yeah.
being with? And we go from there.
Also, did she have false teeth before? Because because then it just fell out and she was like, ah. But if she
Then it's okay,
then
right? Then it's okay,
Then you're
yeah.
like, okay, no, it just fell.
It's Tamar Braxton from Cape Town. Then
Then
it's
it's, yeah, so we've just got to balance the questions. The fact finding is important. Speedy recovery, yes. speedy
But
recovery.
regardless, man, imagine
I
waking
know,
up in that
that's
situation. I would check my phone first and be like, what on
been a
earth
lot.
happened just before
Yeah.
this? And who was I with?
You'd be
Hopefully
like-
there's some cameras that
Yeah.
can share in
Yeah,
on
some
the incident.
CCTV. guys.
Important. Isn't your first thought, how did you get here? I don't know if that's appropriate, but I feel
Not
like...
at all.
Like you
Totally inappropriate. But listen, we're going to keep moving on. While we've got these two here, we're going to talk about both the entertainment and legal worlds, which are mourning the loss of Judge Frank. I think it's Caprio. I think
yeah.
we've watched the show. I definitely saw it once or twice on TV, a couple memes from it. But the beloved star of the reality courtroom series Caught in Providence, that was the title, who passed away peacefully at the age of 88 following a courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. And in his final months, Caprio remained active on social media, sharing updates from his hospital bed and expressing gratitude to his 3.4 million Instagram followers. And this is absolutely special, right?
Yeah, I know. It's that bittersweet kind of story because obviously he lived a really full life and
Yeah.
like, I mean, he was happy in the end and
Yes.
everything. And I mean, the guy probably just needed to rest at this point.
Yeah, it's part of our lives.
Yeah.
I'm also sad because now I need someone else to help squash my traffic fines. Yeah, the South African connection.
Yeah.
He was the plug, man.
Rest in power,
Well, listen, what I
Judge.
did see was that something heartfelt did occur. I think it was after a few of the messages were sent out. His last video message posted just hours before his passing thanked fans for their prayers and support. And Caprio, known globally for his compassionate rulings and viral courtroom moments, became a social media sensation for his heartfelt interactions with defendants, often blending justice with empathy. And his show, which began as a local broadcast, earned multiple daytime Emmy nominations and amassed billions of views online. So, seems like a celebration.
Yeah, no, definitely. I loved him. It was cool.
All right. Well, listen, guys, I can't thank you both for being a part of this one.
Exactly.
I love
Thank you for
this
having the
skin and
uninvited
sauce.
uncle here.
Are you going to be, should we
Yeah.
expect you anywhere else, bro?
Listen, there's a Braai tomorrow. I've got Sunday lunch at Jade's. I'm available for babysitting. You let me know. I'm here.
Well, listen, I feel like we might have a backup dancer for one of Maxine's performances later, so look around for that. This is like the Where's Wally of Friday.
Yes,
I'll be here.
Where
I'll
is
be
David
here.
Oliver?
I'll be
See if you
here.
can see him around.
Spirit fingers. I'm here.
We will still be around with everybody else here, and we're not down to the kitchen next, so let's fill up those bellies.
I'm still trying to figure out how Dalen got into our studio, man. Who let him in here? No, we love having him here. He can stay every day of the week. Likewise, Jade, I'm going to ask to make her way across the studio because we are starting a party. Hosting doesn't have to mean cooking for hours. This Mzansi 7-color dip board, the ultimate shortcut to a beautiful, delicious spread with 7 bold, locally inspired dips and a grilled veg element for guests to dip, to scoop, to wrap, to just get stuck in. We love it. And we have got a beautiful array here to get you set, obviously, for game day. Jade, I felt like they were ganging up on you with silliness. It was
No,
just a
they
whole lot
were,
of
right?
silliness.
They were.
Okay, so you can be, I don't want to say less silly here. No, this is
Okay.
a safe place. Welcome to the kitchen.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on everything that's happening in your world right now. I love seeing people expand.
Yeah, I know. Love
Hey,
to go.
and that's what it feels like you're doing. So what we're going to do is get you to do something absolutely simple and mundane.
Okay.
And decant our dips. And
Okay,
you can
cool.
explain to us what dip you're putting into
Okay.
each. But we've gone for kind of a 7 colors kind of vibe here, and we're trying to include as much diversity. Are you that person? If there is going to be a big game or a big moment, do you host
I
or do you
love a
dodge a bullet?
charcuterie board. So, like, I'm that person. I like to do the honey drip and everything. Like, yeah, so I go all out to that. I also love to be bright and colorful. We must have options. We must
7 colors. So we're on
We
the money.
must have options.
You can do
Okay.
that. I'm going to start decanting.
do
So
it.
we've got a not quite a charcuterie, but something similar with a lot of my favorite South African flavors. Acha, I love. I think it's the most
Yeah.
underused pickle ever in the world.
You can put it on everything. Anything. I put it on everything. It's so good.
Exactly.
Eggs as well. It's the best. It's the best on
But
eggs.
you can also have an egg with anything. So, I mean, it stands to reason. So I love that. Then we've got some green Kalamata olives. Love that. And we are going to bolster it with a bit of guacamole. And then the heavy hitters, 2 beautiful pestos.
Nice.
We cook with our pestos. Why can't we dip with our pestos? Okay.
That's true.
So what is your go-to when you are the hostess with the mostess? What do people expect when they because I just have this feeling, I'm trying to pump you up here, but I have a feeling that you've got superpowers in this space.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I'm not that hostess. That's why I'm like, your powers, your feelings are off. But like I told you, the charcuterie board, that is my thing. My mom is the hostess. I'm not going to lie. She's the hostess in the family. She's the party planner. So, and I'm that lazy person that shows up at our house and
Starts the party,
Yeah,
okay.
That's me.
See, we
That's
need to have
me.
those
I bring the wine.
roles. Just very quickly, talk us through what's gone in there. What is our first dip?
So yeah, the first dip is the South African feta and herb dip. Ooh. Yeah, basically that's it. And I think it has feta cheese on the top, but I just mixed it in there. Quite yum. It smells good.
I suppose because you've got to kind of think about the strong flavors, the soft flavors, the more accessible flavors, because everyone's going to come with a different palate, right?
Yeah. And then we have caramelized onion hummus. Oh, this also looks good.
Very nice. I like that. I like the little chickpea
We have some chickpeas
addition on the top there. Absolutely wonderful.
Really cute.
All right, so I'm going to step in now with our sun-dried tomato pesto, which smells absolutely amazing. And this is where the fun begins for me, because now I'm thinking, if I can get a chip with a bit of the sun-dried tomato pesto, a bit of acha and an olive, I've created a flavor that my mouth has never had before. You know what I'm saying?
And the colors, once again, the colors.
Hey? Absolutely popping.
I eat with my eyes first, so like, you need...
We all do, my friend, we all do. We eat with our eyes and our nose long before our tongue gets involved in the equation. I think even when we're tasting, it's our nose doing most of the job anyway. So you're on the money with working through your senses. So, Gula, I need your help here. Okay, so obviously the Springbok ladies, they open their World Cup campaign up against Brazil on Sunday.
Okay.
And there's this massive drive now to get support for the ladies. But for me, it's not so much about converting the old boys of men's rugby.
To
it's
the
about
women's
getting
rugby.
young girls, in the same way that America, for instance, is latching onto touch rugby, the power of the 15-man game, 15-woman game, what you can do with this beautiful sport. What is your advice now from a South African perspective to drive the Springbok brand for the ladies? How can we best show up for them, do you think, in the online space?
I feel like you should also start in schools, because I feel like that's definitely where we start with sports, especially. Like, I mean, I went to commercial school, so we didn't have much sports, and it wasn't that great. But I feel like educating the girls at school about rugby and the game, making them fall in love with it, and then it will just take off from there.
It's going to happen, and we've got the stars. For me, someone like Nadine Roos, who I actually got to train with her in gym, and she could bench more than me, and it was such a moment in my young life. And then I think, and she was playing sevens at that stage, and they did this thing called the Ring of Death, which was just crazy. Basically, they put me in the middle of the ring, and then they beat me up for like 10 minutes. Just to show me the level of physical intensity that these ladies play rugby with, and it was just mind-blowing. But I love the fact that this Women's Month, everything is kind of lining up. But the best part, we have spent an entire month every day with incredible women like you, so thank you for representing what you do in the world. I love you for that. It's made our job really easy over the last month. Okay, so I'm going to put the finishing touches. I think the sun-dried tomato pesto is the best thing I've ever tasted, so I think that's the win. But I'm going to add a little bit of guac in there as well. And then I'm going to just sprinkle some chips and some butties around.
We had some biltong, it would have been great, but okay.
100%. There's always that one person who rocks up at number 99, side seat drives in the kitchen, leans across. I think I'm that guy. We are obviously getting really excited about the Springbok ladies taking on Brazil, starting their first World Cup campaign, and we need to play our part. So we're going to be chatting to our very own rugby player, resident superstar Zoe Human is in the house to chat all things rugby in just a moment. And I think we are just about ready for game day. What went into our final little platter there?
Oh, wait, I'm putting the...
There we go. For the win. Oh, look at her.
There we go.
You do have a host in you somewhere. It's there, Jade. It's there. No, you're an absolute superstar. Thank you for bringing your beautiful energy into our space and to our days, every day online. We might not let you leave. Depends whether Dalen's still in the house or not.
But I'm here. I don't mind.
Maybe she'll talk rugby after this. We'll see you now. Look at that.
Mzansi, welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast show. And what an incredible hour we've already had right here. Speaking of Friday energy, it has delivered. And we're going to keep it going right now because it is just about going on the hour and we can kick off another round of official duties. So let's get into it. Starting with national headlines, and the National Police Commissioner, Fani Masemola, confirmed that illegal drugs and medicines worth more than 400 million rand have been destroyed in Gauteng. Now, the substances were confiscated from across the country, including KwaZulu-Natal and OR Tambo International Airport. Now, authorities say drug trafficking continues to fuel social devastation. And in the past 3 years, law enforcement has destroyed drugs valued at over 5.3 billion rand. Now, Masemola emphasized that intensified operations reflect a determined national effort to disrupt trafficking networks and safeguard communities. Well, next up on local headlines, President Cyril Ramaphosa says South Africa will expand trade with key partners as global tariffs, including those from the US, reshape economic ties. Now, speaking at the 9th International Summit on African Development in Tokyo, he highlighted private sector participation in rail and port networks, alongside a re-industrialization drive centered on green energy. Now, the agenda also prioritizes regional integration and better access for South African agriculture and industrial products. Now, Ramaphosa says these measures aim to boost growth while opening broader market opportunities. Well, let's move to international headlines next. And Palestinians are fleeing Gaza City as Israeli troops launch the first stage of a planned ground offensive after days of heavy bombardment. Now, the UN has renewed appeals for a ceasefire, warning of catastrophic consequences. And Israel insists it will capture Gaza City despite international criticism, calling up 60,000 reservists to support the operation. Now, residents describe relentless strikes across several neighborhoods, and Hamas has accused Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of waging a brutal war while dismissing mediation efforts for a new ceasefire deal. Well, next up, giraffes, long thought to be a single species, have officially been recognized as 4 distinct species by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Now, researchers compared skull shapes, head sizes, and genetic diversity, concluding that the southern, reticulated, northern, and Maasai giraffes evolved separately across Africa due to rivers, valleys, and rainforests acting as natural barriers. Now, scientists say recognizing these differences is crucial for protecting the world's tallest mammals, as conservation strategies can now be tailored more effectively to safeguard each species. Well, lastly, in this round of headlines, in a heart-stopping rescue last week in Thailand's Nakhon Nayok province, a mother elephant and her 1-year-old calf were saved after falling into a golf course drain during monsoon rains. Now, the distressed mother refused to leave her calf's side, tumbling in shortly after being sedated. And veterinarians, park staff, and volunteers performed CPR on the unconscious Jumbo while a boom lift lifted her free. Now, digging away mud allowed the anxious calf to escape. And after a tense moment, the calf nuzzled and suckled its revived mother, who blinked awake and wrapped her trunk protectively around her little one. Now, both elephants safely returned to the wild, leaving witnesses moved by the incredible bond, bravery, and compassion that saved this precious family. Wow, what an inspirational story indeed, and kudos to everybody that was able to bring that elephant back to life. For now, though, we carry on with the headlines, and here's G-Man with the latest when it comes to all things sport.
Wow, amazing seeing the best and the worst of humanity playing out in 5 minutes. Incredible. Well, let's start with a little bit of sport and temper that. Liverpool defender Jeremy Frimpong is out, sadly, for several weeks after sustaining a hamstring injury. That was in last Friday's 4-2 win over Bournemouth. The £29 million or £29.5 million summer signing from Bayer Leverkusen limped off an hour into that Premier League debut. Now, with Conor Bradley only just returning to training at this stage, the champions already facing a test of their right-back depth. Now let's get on to rugby. And former Australian scrum half, absolute legend, Will Guinea has officially retired, closing the curtain on an incredible 20-year career that included 110 test caps. The 37-year-old, Australia's 7th most capped player in history, last represented the Wallabies back in 2019 before stints in Japan with Kintetsu Liners. The former captain himself, Guinea, also starred for the Reds, the Rebels and Stade Francais. An incredible career. Tributes pouring in, led by longtime teammate and halves partner, Quade Cooper, who certainly understands his brilliance better than most. Now, the world knows about Keshav Maharaja's brilliance, and we certainly saw it yesterday. He's returned to the summit of the ICC men's ODI bowling rankings. That was after his match-winning 5 for 33 powered the Proteas to a 98-run win over Australia in Cairns. The 35-year-old spinner, previously topping in late 2023, leapfrogged the Kuldeep Yadav and Mahesh Tekshana to get there. In the T20 international rankings, Protea star Devalt Brevis, who's had a stellar season, he climbed up to 12th. Now let's get on to Formula One, and it seems it's still not happening. Malaysia has dismissed the prospect of Formula One returning anytime soon, citing soaring costs and an already congested calendar. So Sepang International Circuit, which staged its last Formula One race back in 2017, would cost the government around 300 million ringgit, that's about $71 million annually to host, plus 10 million ringgit to upkeep. While Formula One is off the table, the circuit continues to host MotoGP as its premier international event. Well, that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll try to touch on those headlines again at around 8 o'clock. Last day of the working week. Let's get you through it. Let's see if there are any incidents on the traffic front.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, not too much happening on the roads this morning. We just got one little incident to report on, and that's in Midrand, Gauteng. Now, there's been a crash on the N1 southbound at Olifantsfontein Road. And as you can see from the visuals, the left shoulder is closed. So please do drive carefully and approach the area with caution. And I think anybody heading out on the roads this morning, buckle up, stay safe, and plan accordingly. From the roads, let's head to the sky now for another round of weather news. And reporting once again from the world of weather, and the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for waves that could cause localized damage to coastal infrastructure from Lambert's Bay to Plettenberg Bay. And this is extending to Alexander Bay by tomorrow evening and persisting into Sunday. Now, inland, extremely high fire danger conditions are also expected across the extreme northeast of the Northern Cape, parts of the Northwest, the Free State, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, KwaZulu-Natal, and the Eastern Cape. Now, residents are urged to take precautionary measures as dry, windy conditions heighten risks. Well, once again, it's time to dive into a spectacular shot, a sunrise view like no other. Check this out. Yeah, Stanford is looking fire. And by that, I mean an incredible way of describing the color in the sky. It reminds me of fire. You got the hues of orange, pink, and everything else just beautifully painted in that horizon there. And this is just incredible. Pete, thank you so much. Stanford Overberg looks incredible. 18 degrees Celsius. That's the weather you can expect on your side of town. And again, Mzansi, thank you for sharing these incredible sunrise views. We've got one more round to go, so keep it coming. The number is 063-036-9649. For now, though, let's take another look at the temperatures you can expect on your side of town.
I would say luck was on their side when they took that one. Absolutely beautiful, but you can feel it. Things are changing. A new dawn is beginning. The sun is rising once again. Yeah, exactly. You're just waiting for a little baby lion to appear in a pair of monkey hands. Well, hopefully that's imbued us with a little bit of luck as well, because we're going to need luck on our side if we're going to play Powerball and Powerball Plus today. Why? 69 million rand. Wow. That is our jackpot today. So please don't miss out. If you play your Powerball, there is an estimated 26 million rand. And then Powerball Plus sitting with an estimated 43 million rand in the jackpot today.
You can't do this, bro. When you say that amount of millions, I mean, come on. So all you got to do right now to get the millions is buy your tickets now in store on the nationallottery.co.za website. There's the mobile app. You got cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# and follow the USSDs. It's that simple.
And while you're checking out our amazing Expresso social media content, you can also check out those details and then just play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 69 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. I hope that doesn't cancel us out from winning now, that level of silliness. But of course, you stand a very real chance of winning a life-changing jackpot. Good luck.
Absolutely. Now the luck continues here because we are in luck. We've got great entertainment coming, and yes, the one and only is standing by. Maxine is there. She hasn't got Dalen anywhere around us, so that means we're going to get a great performance, and I can't wait to look forward to it.
Yeah, and then we're going to talk rugby with Zoe. We'll see you now.
We see the person behind the banking profile. We see your story. Expresso was proudly brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we take a deep breath and get excited for hopefully another major moment for our Springbok ladies. The 2025 Women's Rugby World Cup kicks off in England officially from the 22nd to the of this month till the 27th of September. 16 teams vying across 8 host cities. England, New Zealand, France, Canada and rising nations like South Africa promise some high drama as record crowds and momentum fuel an unforgettable competition. And of course, Zoe Human, a False Bay women's rugby player, joins us to unpack the upcoming tournament with an old man, our new man. Okay, Morgan, thanks for sticking around, but I know you are as excited about this weekend. How you feeling, Zoe? It's arrived.
I'm about to have no social life, and I'm excited for it.
It's okay. That's okay.
It's going to be good.
Up against Brazil for our opening game, we connected with the ladies as they were doing battle with the Black Ferns. Absolutely amazing. Let's talk about this team who I know you absolutely know and love. There's some depth in the squad now. Talk us through how you're feeling.
Listen, I think we are in our best possible situation going into this Brazil game. I'm excited for it. It's also not a situation of we're going up against the best of our pool first. Brazil, out of everyone we have, is most likely our easiest win should we want to take it. Yeah. So
I can see Morgan getting nervous just hearing you say the words easy as a coach. Should be, yeah.
Out of the odds?
In your heart of hearts, how are you feeling about this campaign? Because we are obviously major underdogs when we look at the ecosystem of women's rugby at the moment. But the girls have earned their right to be there, man.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, Zoe hits the nail on the head. We're in the perfect spot, I think. You know, if you think, considering coming off the back of a very good victory against the Black Ferns in Cape Town, you know, instead of building a little bit of momentum, there's been massive investment into our women's game. And going there in quiet confidence, you're almost happy to go down as massive underdogs. Big pack, you know, the old South African way. Big
and they
pack
play
of
the
forwards.
physical game, yeah.
Correct, you know, led very well. It's sort of a backline that can be quite elusive, you know. I think, you know, Nadine Roos, of course, big in terms of, I guess, setting that backline alight, impact. I'm quietly confident, funnily enough.
I like it. And I think this is a great way to approach a tournament like this. We've got to get through the group stages first.
Yes.
Brazil, obviously, we're looking at just being the softest target there. Italy and France, not so much.
I think
How are we feeling about our group?
if we look at it, France is obviously our main competition, and I think everything relies on our game against Italy. Our hope is that we will be able to beat the 25th ranked Brazil, and that we will maybe contend against Italy, because, I mean, when you look at the WXV2, I mean, they're always a major force when we play against Italy, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this is the time we beat them. This is the moment.
Well, and the ladies seem ready to grasp these moments, and that's quite a thing when you can see a culture of willing or an understanding kicking in like that, and they proved that against the Black Ferns. There was another gear that we hadn't seen with the ladies. If we look at the opposition, can England be beaten? Have England been beaten? When were England
It's so funny you talk about this, because I don't know how it followed my doorstep, but England haven't lost. Yes, we spoke about the fact that they lost at the World Cup last time, but they haven't lost since the last World Cup. So going there, I saw an interview with the English women's coach, and she talks about this team being perfectly primed. But that being said, the World Cup is a whole different kettle of fish. We all know this, you know.
We've seen a perfectly primed French team host a World Cup and that not get
come up
to the
short.
line.
And we know England struggles to make it to the finals.
BMT is not necessarily part of their makeup. And so, again, you know, I think we're just in a position where let's go about our business very quietly. Let's get a big victory against the Brazilians. And then I think, you know, I've spoken to so many rugby pundits around the world, and I think for South Africa, let's get out of the group stages.
Yeah.
That is a victory in itself. Do you know what I mean?
So we need to have those. I'm just thinking of the American universities that are going to be tuning in and colleges to look at the South African girls play.
We
there is
are
an
a
opportunity.
force. We are so strong, and I think we are so unique in terms of what we offer and have to offer this game. It's going to be good.
It's going to be, I hope, as expansive as we saw the ladies get against the Black Ferns. Who are you most excited about seeing? Whose World Cup is this going to be? I keep mentioning Nadine because I have a very deep emotional connection.
Agreed.
And I think that we haven't seen the best of her yet. She's just got so much potential. But who gets you fired up?
As a player or a team?
As a player.
As a player, I love seeing Asezahele on the field. I think she has something really special. She just motors, you know. If you had a pole in front of you, she'd probably run through it.
Yeah, I love that. We're going to see some young stars hopefully put their hand up, and an opportunity to say thank you to the ladies that have given everything to this game. We look at this rugby era like it's always been like this, and it really hasn't for the women's game. It's absolutely massive. We're going to see record attendance, and I think that's what England do really well with women's sport. They really do support. How much of a shift do you think, and I'll put this to both of you, have we seen in the women's game now that is being exemplified in this World Cup? Maybe Zoe?
Well, what do you think?
Well, I think the reality is, you know, the investment that has been, from a South African point of view, we've seen it quite clearly. There's a massive investment into women empowerment, women's sport, and I think we're reaping the rewards. I mean, for us to be represented at the World Cup, number one, is a massive step in the right direction. And as I said, there's a lot of players there that are on display for potential contracts around the world. And so that
even as the words come out your mouth, I'm thinking of these young women walking out into that stadium. What do you think it's going to be like for these players to play in a sold-out international stadium like that?
I think it's going to be incredible. I think that our women players around the world have never been marketed to the world as
masses,
we are being now. And I think the impact of this, we are going to see come the next World Cup, not only for our South African women's rugby team, but women's rugby in general. It's about like a 300% increase in ticket sales since the last World Cup.
Can I just claim it for the South African female cricket players? Because we suddenly saw the spike in the consumption of women's sport on TV rise when we hosted the T20 World Cup.
And it is Women's Month, so I mean, let's do it for the ladies.
The stars are aligned, but most importantly, we are that +1 for our ladies. I love the fact that we are all so emotionally invested in their journey. Good luck this weekend. I know it's going to be difficult.
I'm excited.
Do you sit on your hands? Do you hold something? What do you do? I don't know.
I will be quietly confident as well.
Yeah, I just have to leave the room from time to time. But the bottom line is there is a way that you can connect and become that +1 on a whole other level. So we want to hear from you. We want you to tell us who is your favorite Springbok women's player on our socials. Preach it from the mountaintops, and you could win a signed Springbok women's jersey. And I would imagine this one, based on the timing, is going to be very special. Don't forget to add that #+1, #Bok Friday on everything that you're doing today. Competition can be found on our website. That's expressoshow.com. From a fan viewer's perspective, good luck this weekend on all fronts.
We'll take it.
Good luck.
Yeah, we're going to need luck because our nerves are going through the most this weekend. Officially after that conversation, it is game day. And game day weekend with the Boks vs Wallabies and the Women's Rugby World Cup kicking off. And we asked you the question this morning, which game will you be watching? And wanted you to come through with a voice note or just a message or a picture or anything crazy. The number's 063 036 9649. And not forgetting the #Expresso show. And hey, y'all have, I think, come through with some good comments. Modikwa Cornelius says, good morning, my breakfast providers. I like that. My name is Modikwe Cornelius at Tembisa. Be indoors watching the Boks versus the Wallabies. All right, so that's Saturday's game, 5:10, I think, Cape Town Stadium. Sue Ellen Davids Lutzi says, good morning, family. Trust you well and blessed. I will definitely be watching our Booker. May your weekend be blessed beyond measure. All right, so maybe that's a whole weekend of rugby for you. I like that. Mark Gavin, our family members here, is good morning, Expresso show. We're watching the Springboks live at DHL Cape Town Stadium. I might see you there, bro. P.S. We're telling our kids we are working tomorrow. So the stadium is the office. I see what you did there. Well played. We got Mabel Peters coming through saying, good morning, Expresso family. Happy Friday. Definitely women's rugby. Nice. Well, it looks like everybody's got a reason to pay attention to this weekend because our athletes are representing South Africa in the best way possible. And we are getting behind them. So keep coming through with some of those comments. Maybe you can show us what you're going to be wearing to the game or for the game, wherever you're going to be watching it from. But we absolutely love it, Mzansi. And don't forget, there's still so much to look forward to right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've got crazy kids dressing up for a challenge. And then we've also got Maxine finally giving us a beautiful performance. I can't wait for it. And we'll see you just after this.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, when it comes to imagination, kids really have zero limits, especially when they've got the perfect dress-up gear to bring their wildest ideas to life, which is exactly why today we're turning up the studio into a runway for our Crazy Character Challenge, all thanks to the Crazy Store. So let me break it down. This is how it's going to work. Our awesome little superstars will each pick a dress-up item from the Crazy Store costume rail, and whatever they choose, it will decide on who they become. So it could be anything from a superhero to a chef and even a unicorn. Now, they've got to own it definitely with style and with so much attitude. We've got our incredible superstars here. Do we have Caden in the house? Yes, we've got Caden, we've got Sage, Mia. Hamish, are you present? He is present, he is here. So let's go to our Crazy Store costume rail to see which characters we are working with. Now, Hamish, as the oldest of the group, I'm going to allow you to choose first. Okay. He's the oldest and a man of order. We're getting into a police uniform. All right, Mia, you up next. Oh my gosh, I was definitely crossing fingers. I was hoping you'd be a unicorn. Okay, Sage, pick wisely. Where are we going? Yes, she is the pink butterfly. And then, Caden, let me walk with you and see which direction we are going in.
I got this.
Is this a superhero? You got it, you got it, you got it. There you go. Yes. All right, the style and the attitudes already come on through, but I've got something to make it a bit better. So I think that from our table over here, this will work perfectly with Mia's costume. So we're going to go over there with our unicorn. Which one do you want, Caden? Oh, he wants the chef hat. Okay, you can keep that in your hand. And then me personally, because I'm the fairy godmother, I'm going to wear a wonderful crown to make sure it's sitting right. Bibbity bobbity boop. And ta-da! Absolutely amazing. Their transformation has officially helped with, of course, a little help from the Crazy Store to get their costumes into character. But I think that Caden could have a red hat to match. So he originally went for the chef's hat, but because the Crazy Store has a variety of things for your kids, we're going to swap him out as the superhero chef for the superhero fire chief. He even looks so happy being that. So now what you have to do is do a runway walk, okay? You're gonna have to strut your stuff and make sure that everybody sees how good you look. So we're gonna gather up over here, and then we're gonna start from Caden and make our way all the way to Hamish. All right, we are runway ready, and we've got our superheroes coming up. We've got a guy saving lives and putting out fires. Caden, come on through. You can end up right here with me. Yes. Ooh, he is a superhero. Come. He can drink fire. Oh, that is incredible. And then we have the gorgeous Sage that's going to join us right next to our superhero. Gorgeous, our pink butterfly. Let's give it up for our unicorn. Yes, come through. You can join us over here, Mia. And then last but certainly not least, he's protecting the streets. It is Police Hamish. Oh, wow. Everybody looks fantastic today. Our superhero, our butterfly, we've got our unicorn, and then, of course, we have our policeman. You're doing a good job, sir. Let's give it a fist bump. Yes, he is keeping the streets absolutely clean. And from nurses to fairies and, of course, our firefighters, it just proves that just with a little bit of imagination and, of course, a great costume from the Crazy Store, the possibilities are truly endless. So if you are looking to spark big adventures, pop into your nearest Crazy Store today. There is always something magical waiting for you.
Come in with a little, leave with a lot. The Crazy Store has a whole range of stuff found to surprise and delight the whole family.
Well, from crazy, we move to what I think is going to be beautiful, because standing by right now, we have Maxine Caesar on the stage to perform something absolutely special. I'm going to allow her to do it justice and officially say, the stage is yours, Queen. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Maxine Caesar, and this is my single, Elixir.
I'm not bad for you, got me floating on a cloud, and I really think I'm feeling you. Just give me all of your love, so elusive with so damn good. Give me more, yeah. Boy, it's the way you make me feel. Can't believe I found somebody so true. All I think about is you. Now you got me on a high. Don't think I ever wanna say goodbye. And I'll be sipping on, sipping on, sipping on till it dries. And you'll be all mine. And I'll be sipping on, sipping on, sipping on till it dries. You got my attention. Feels like I'm in heaven. Side effect is euphoria. You don't have to be a heartbreaker. It's only natural. I'm out of control with you. Not sorry to say that you're my vice. Ooh, boy, it's the way you make me feel. Can't believe I found somebody so true. All I think about is you. Now you got me on a high. Don't think I ever wanna say goodbye. And I'll be sipping on, sipping on, sipping on till it dries. And you'll be all mine. And I'll be sipping on, sipping on, sipping on till it dries. You got my attention. Feels like I'm in heaven. And I'll be sipping on, sipping on, sipping on till it dries. And you'll be all mine. And I'll be sipping on, sipping on, sipping on till it dries. You got my attention. Feels like I'm in heaven.
Oh, that was absolutely incredible. You need to be showered with all the praise right now because you absolutely earned that. And Friday is feeling beautiful after this performance. And we're not stopping there. Maxine's going to be back with some more. And before she gets back, I think you want to put on some shoes and not run away because that's what's happening after your Feel Good Breakfast shows. Little intermission. And we've got all the great conversation coming your way. So we're going to be putting your shoes on and getting you straight back here for some more magic. See you in a bit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we get into fashion, and the cutest fashion at that this season. Value takes center stage at Woolworths. I know parents like me are going to be very excited about this, kids as well. They are making a significant investment in their kids' offerings by offering selected kids' footwear at unbelievably new lower prices. Senior kids footwear buyer Lalise Dinner van Zyl is here to share some of her excitement about this incredible initiative. I'm going to say, Lalise, thank you. As a parent who has to buy new shoes for my children all the time because they're in that growth spurt phase, I love it. But you are clearly very excited as a company about footwear, and you are making bold moves to help us parents. So let's talk about the attributes here. Why are we so excited about our kiddies' footwear?
So thank you so much for having me this morning, Graham.
Absolute pleasure.
So first of all of our kids' footwear within Woolworths has what we call our engineered smart foam technology. So really what that's talking to is the comfort that it gives in terms of the sock padding within the shoe.
And it really does deliver.
It does deliver,
really,
yes.
Yeah.
It does. We also have our non-slip grip rubber outsoles that we use on all of our footwear. And then on top of that, we really try and choose the most exceptional and most durable upper materials that we can for the footwear, because we understand that parents want a shoe that is comfortable, that fits well, and kids want a shoe that's going to last through all of that rough play, whether they're kicking a ball, riding their balance bike with it, stopping their scooter with their shoe. That is what parents want, and we try to deliver in that in terms of quality.
And it's a great crossover because it's the kind of shoe that you can wear for PE days when they're in the class, but also they can wear them and play out, and they maintain the quality and I'm talking from direct experience here. I think the biggest move here, the boldest move, is the pricing. A lot more accessible. Talk me through that move.
I'm going to start off with this sandal. So this sandal is actually recommended by the Podiatry Association of South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Because of the comfort footbed. So it's really got very good padding in it. It's also very flexible. And then it's got these really amazing adjustable straps. So it's very easy to take off and to put on. And this style is at 199 Rand for the Spring-Summer 25 season across boys and girls.
Under 200, and I like the fact that they can learn how to put their own shoes on, and they can have some agency to do that, but they are super cute as well and on trend.
Yes, and nobody likes to struggle to put a shoe on and off a little wriggly child.
Exactly.
I speak from experience, I'm also a mother. Next, we have our character sneakers. So these are at 299 Rand. These styles have our smart foam technology on the inside and then non-slip rubber soles on the outside. Then my personal favorite is our double strap or our court sneaker at 249 Rand. This is a very special shoe. It's a new initiative at Woolworths where we call this our made to last range. So the upper material is actually scuff resistant. The inside has our smart foam technology, and then the outsole is a toxin-free rubber outsole. So that really makes it very special, and it's an exceptional value at the 249 Rand price point. Then we also have our 299 novelty high tops. These are designed from scratch by our in-house designer, and they're just fun styles that also have the smart foam and then the non-slip rubber outsoles.
I love that. I'm just looking at the character shoes because it breaks my heart. My son's at that age now where he is like, sometimes sometimes, I can see he thinks it's a bit babyish. And I'm like, dude, I would wear them now at my age if I could get character. But you guys do lean into that. Are we going to see more in the character space? Because kids love it.
Absolutely. So for the season, on the girls' side, you can expect more Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, phenomenal.
We've got Hello Kitty coming, Minnie Mouse, and then also Disney princesses. And on the boys' side, we've done Lightning McQueen from Cars.
Oh, cool.
We have Spidey and Friends, and then also the classic Spider-Man.
Which is my son's favorite by far. And we can also add the new iterations of Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and just keep going. What are your kids' favorites?
He's absolutely a Spider-Man fan.
Okay, so thank you. So now I can thank your son for the fact that the whole of South Africa gets this. As a parent, to fit it into our clothing ecosystem, how much wear will we get out of these shoes? How long traditionally does... Because so far my shoes have outlasted my kids' growth. So that's quite a thing. But how long should you... And how do you get the most out of a high-quality pair from Woolies?
So for us, our intention is really to have our footwear last up until the child moves on to the next size. That is our goal. That is what we strive for. And I think in terms of care, it's really just to wipe clean. I mean, all of these styles are easy to wipe clean with a cloth and to care for them in that sense.
And I would imagine resistant to a lot of different materials, because you're going to have to go through the play areas of children from sand to mud to water. Why is it? Because this, as simple as the range is, and I love the fact that you haven't kind of added anything superfluous to drive the price up. You're getting unbelievable quality. Why is that so important to you guys, and how do you get that right? Because I'm looking at premium here, not at a premium cost.
So for us, I think we've had a lot of feedback from our customers that we're a little bit price sensitive in terms of our kids' footwear range. So we really decided that we want to give people the absolute best quality, but for it to be affordable for everyone. And that's how this whole initiative came about.
I love the fact that you've taken ownership of that. That is absolutely brilliant, because now you've got that question being asked and you've answered it in the most powerful way. It's going to be difficult to pick, but I'm suddenly feeling all kind of nostalgic, and I'm going to miss my little kids. I hate the fact that they are growing up, but I think these are just too cute and so much on trend at the moment. I love the fact that our kids can have their own stylistic vibe. Your favorite stylistic push in the range?
So my favorite is definitely this range for the season, because we're going into summer, and just the freedom that it gives children to really be able to run around and to play, and parents don't have to worry that movement will be hindered in any way.
I love it. And if they want to feel the grass underfoot, they can take it off themselves, get in the river, put it on themselves. They can adventure, they can learn, they can play. Oh, you are amazing. What your team have pulled off from a parent's perspective is amazing. The pricing, I mean, the quality is amazing, the looks, but the pricing is insane. Shop the same Woolies quality at the new lower price, just in time for parents. You can shop selected kids' footwear, gorgeous as it is, at new lower prices, available in-store, online, or on their amazing app. And of course, T's and C's do apply. Happy shopping and wearing, little ones. Happy playing.
Oh, absolutely love that. And we are looking forward to so much still right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And speaking of, it's time to spruce up our homes. And last week, the premiere of Plascon Creating Amazing Spaces gave us a front row seat to pure design magic, watching a simple living room turn into a show-stopping masterpiece. I'm absolutely hooked. And we have more, because this week the journey continues, and we are we actually be stepping outside for this one. And I want you to get ready to see how an ordinary patio can be reimagined into a vibrant, welcoming haven that you'll never want to leave. So let's dive into this next transformation.
There's something completely delightful about a patio, and this one is a charming, charming little patio. It's a small space, but in decorating it, there's been a big gesture. So there's a lot of whimsy, like the tiles with stars, which is always a delightful element. Not the obvious thing with the windows, but the sandblasted effect. And instead of going dinky in a small area, they've gone big and dramatic. So big hanging plants, big pot plant containers, 2 large, very comfortable wicker chairs, and of course, there's super charming pink, which is an amazingly classic and appealing color, even though it's unexpected. Of course, same consideration, it's outdoors, so you want to choose a Plascon formulation that's made for all sorts of weather conditions, so that you can get masses and masses of lovely time on your patio.
When turning your outside into an amazing space, Plascon Micatex is the perfect exterior paint to turn any wall into a piece of art. Plascon Micatex has a unique weather-tough formulation and polycell fine crack filler to cover those hairline cracks which cause premature color fading or cracking and peeling of paint. Plascon Micatex, making it easy to create amazing spaces.
I love it. I love the fact that we can lean into kind of professional grade knowledge and also professional grade quality goods. And for me, it made all the difference. I will still maintain water-soluble paint, please, always. But for me, the painting, having something that was durable, washable, something that had a bit of a sheen, but I just absolutely leant into that. Worked so beautifully, but I didn't have to work on any structural stuff. When you because you literally recreated your entire outdoor space like that, where do you even begin when you're starting to lay foundations and
I think the best advice I would have is that I luckily didn't just go straight into it from the get-go. Live and feel the space first so that you can kind of orientate yourself with regards to what you actually need in the space and maybe looking at what you want and realizing, I don't actually need that. And I think once you've familiarized yourself, looked at the space functionally, then you can start dressing it up and adding in some of that detail because you do it before and then things just get in the way and you realize, I don't actually need this, it's a loss.
I've spent 100,000 rand. No, look, I understand. That being said, it is an unforgiving space to work in. So if you've got someone in your corner who has made the mistakes, learned from them, and has the very best products to be able to ensure you don't repeat the mistakes. Lean into that. So to all of those that are helping us in the space, in particular those on the stylistic front, we, the likes of us, really appreciate
We definitely do it. I can't wait for the next episode happening next week, Friday, and I know you are too. That's episode 3. This is getting good, and what's going to get even better is the fact that Dalen Oliver's still here. Can you believe it or not? He's hiding around somewhere, so we thought, okay, fine, we'll put you on the front end, and we'll ask you some questions. So that's what we get to look forward to.
Life is too short for cold drinks or cold food and long waits. And thanks to My Dear, 3 lucky viewers stand the chance of winning a brand spanking new My Dear digital inverter microwave valued at 1,299 rand.
So to enter, simply follow @MyDearSouth Africa and then reply to the weekly competition post on My Dear's social page. And remember to tag @Expresso Show in your answer.
And don't forget that hashtag My Dear Microwaves. Entries close midnight this Sunday, so get on it. Heat it,
eat it,
and win.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It was only a matter of time that we were going to put them down together, from traveling all over the world to working together in spaces where some couples would find it very difficult. These 2 superstars make it look oh so easy. They actually make it look fun. Right now, we're going to put Maxine Caesar and her husband, I don't know if anyone knows this guy, is it Dylan Olivier. Dylan Olivier to the test with some quick fire questions. Okay, I'll never say this to your face, but I think your husband's one of the funniest people on the planet.
Amazing.
Don't tell him, it'll go straight to his gigantic head.
I'll never say this to your face, but I think Graham's one of the best presenters in the whole planet.
Really?
In the whole wide world.
I've heard people say,
I'm being like a third wheel.
I retract the big head comment from that. That was me. How on earth did you guys meet? I'm going to ask you quick fire questions, but this one might take a bit of explaining. I don't know who I should ask.
He does it so well.
Yeah, we met at a gig. We were very fortunate. I didn't know that she existed, and I say this because I know a brother, and I know a dad because of the industry. So when I saw a brother, I'm like...
They've been gatekeeping.
Yeah, they've been protecting her. So when I saw Vaughan, I was like, hey man, how are you? Long time. Is your wife? He's like, no. I'm like, is this your fiance? He's like, no. I'm like, girlfriend? He's like, no, it's my sister. I'm like, your sister? Amazing. Here we are.
That's my time.
Yeah. And we were at the gig. I was performing. She was supporting a friend who was running the gig and singing. And we hit it off. I sound soft. I knew I wanted to marry her.
Really?
On that night.
On that moment. I had a similar thing. I would imagine it took you much longer to come around.
It took me a bit longer.
Quite a while. Quite a while.
Not that long.
So they had like a residency at the spot, and then I went back
yes.
the next week because she told me they're back, and she's like, "Why are you here?" I'm like, "Oh no, my sister stays in the area. I've gone for dinner."
I was like, oh, amazing.
Yeah, and then we were
Came back
chatting,
from
and Vaughan, her brother, was being a third wheel. I'm like, "Bruh, give me 5 minutes with her alone."
So did you recognize your first date, or was Vaughan there for like the first 5 or 6?
He's still here. Vaughan!
Yeah, holding that card.
He stuck out, and then I got a number quickly.
Who made the first move, and did you find him funny? Because my wife doesn't find me funny
enough,
at all.
the first time I saw him perform, I didn't think he was funny, but...
At all?
But,
I was like, I killed. What do you mean?
do you think so? But... I say that because I know now, I understand, like, he was testing material as well.
Okay.
And still building. Like, when he's building material, then it's not always the
Don't
funniest.
make excuses for it. He's a professional comedian.
Even the shows aren't funny. You just support me, my wife. She was so disappointed I didn't slide into her DMs.
Yes, I was waiting and I was so confused.
Ah, you see.
Left me
She's
hanging.
like, why didn't you
And it
slip
wasn't
into my
intentional.
DMs?
He's just like me, I think, an idiot.
Old school.
He's just an idiot.
Old school, stupid uncle.
Old school.
What's happening? Oh, you like me?
What is this? What am I supposed to do? Played cool. Okay,
yeah.
I've got it. I got
And
it.
then he pitches up at the gig.
Now, with this being said, you guys gig together. How?
Yes.
This doesn't sound like the most supportive pre-gig chat I've ever heard.
Make it work.
Yeah.
I think comedians make it work with very little. When I say that, we just need a stage
Yeah.
And a mic.
and a mic.
A backdrop,
Yeah,
yeah.
without
And
being
two
so-
audience
and two
members.
audience members. Where with music, it's a sound test, it's a lighting. There's a lot of important facets
Work.
to it.
Yeah.
It's work.
Work.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do that.
So when no work and work meets, I've kind of gone, let's just do it. If we're together, what can go wrong?
But how did it go? Because you did it.
It went
and you
really
went to the
well.
UK, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
we
were
went-
So cool.
We did London, we did 2 shows in London, a show in Horsham together, us in Wimbledon on my own. But what a great experience, because the show in Horsham was outdoor picnic style. And in London, we were in a little theatre. And working with my wife is so much fun.
It's cool.
We never fought on stage.
On stage.
On stage.
I
it's the
could have
key.
made for good TV, so I don't mean that's the moment. Who's grumpy? Is either one of you grumpy at times?
I think between the two of us.
I don't want to make it a personality
No,
type.
I'm too excited for life.
He's just like
Yeah,
so...
you see.
Let's do the shows.
Yes, and
I
I'm
used-
like, no, no.
Oh, but
That's
maybe
me.
you need that.
You need that.
It's true.
A governor.
Like, we need the calmness and the... I don't want to say the storm.
chaoticness.
But
Have you written a song
about this...
about him,
about
for
this
him,
lad.
with him?
3
Of course.
songs on the current EP. 3 of the 6 are about me. I bring
Really?
trauma and creativity.
50%.
But you've got legacy now. You realize that. 2010,
Right?
we've done
I
it.
can tell our future kids, yes, mommy was angry with me.
Yeah, exactly. No, you
Yeah,
don't have
she
to.
was
They'll
happy.
feel it when they listen to the song.
Just play that song. Kids, you know what's up.
So how does that work? Are you constantly watching him going, I'm going to write a song about this one?
No, I actually say, like, I'm always so happy and joyful and full of love, and I'm like, give me trauma. Like, what must I write about when we're just happy?
R&B
And he
singers.
shall provide.
I will give you this, Graham. I was in Joburg for a day.
yes.
6 a.m. flight, 2 p.m. gig, 8 p.m. flight home. I'm in my house at 10:30 p.m. My wife writes a song called Misery about long distance. I'm like, bro, I wasn't even gone for
Song
24
of
hours.
yours.
But it was a long day.
Great song.
It was a long day.
It was a long day.
She's reaching for that low-hanging fruit trauma. Just whatever's
Yes,
there. We
I'll
live in
take
South
anything.
Africa, girl. I think you can find it anywhere. This feels
I'll
like you
take
guys
anything.
have barely gotten started. And I love that because clearly you are putting in the work within the relationship sense. And I found that was the kick-in for me when I got married, was like, okay, I can improve myself for her.
You just get better.
That's it. So what advice do you have, seeing as you are such a uselessly supportive couple of one another in these crunch moments? Now, you seem to have found a beautiful balance
Thank you.
or governance. What advice do you have for other couples?
I love that you look me in the eye.
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
know-
I
going,
know.
but this one.
I wanted a credible answer, which is why I started. That's generally how it
started
goes.
here.
Look at the governor. From my side, relentless support from both sides, but communication. And I think when you find your person, you don't realize what it's like until you found them, what it's about to have someone who supports you through and through.
Yeah.
Who's just there, but communicating. And it's okay to argue.
Yeah?
Yes.
Parents don't teach it when we grow up.
If your partner doesn't hate you for a portion of the day or fantasize
Yes.
about murdering you, is it even a marriage? I'm sorry.
She almost murdered me yesterday for a launch, before 12 o'clock.
100%.
And then an hour
The
later, we're
beginning of
happy
the
in
day
the car.
was death. The rest of the day was amazing.
Jeez, you guys might be bipolar. This might be a bipolar relationship. And as a
don't know.
crazy
This is
a
person,
therapy
I can
session.
say
Yes.
that with absolute
we actually in
confidence.
therapy?
This is therapy. We're coming to you as the experienced married man. Help us.
I'm going to ask you a question now, okay?
Yeah.
And I want a credible answer because I've realized I'm surrounded by phenomenal women in my strategic network in a work sense.
Yeah.
And since I've lent into that and tried to support my amazing colleagues, my career has just mushroomed.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
What does it mean to stand next to an incredible woman creating her own light, her own space? Because you guys share a spotlight.
Yeah.
And as much as you can say that you are both wonderful, you're like me, a human Labrador or golden retriever, I get that. But at some point, you've got to step aside and
Yes.
create space for her. Why is that so important? And what advice do you have for men during this Women's Month, my brother?
First of all, you're a Labrador, I'm a pavement special. I'm just throwing it out there.
Afrikaners.
I survived.
That is the funniest thing. I don't think you can even say that on TV, but you did, and that's amazing.
Yeah. And then with regards to supporting your partner and being aware of the two arts that are separate, stand-up comedy and music, and then going, if your light shines, my light shines.
Yeah.
When you're on stage, I don't have to be on stage, but if you creating and finding your space in this world, my art is full because then I'm also growing. My comedy figures itself out better. My husbandness figures itself out better.
100%.
You know what I mean? So that support that we lend to each other, every decision is, Max, what do you think?
Yes.
I love that.
That's the growth.
Yeah.
And I always thank her for just allowing us to be 2,000,000% in each other's corners, because I feel like we've been together for 20 years, even though it's only two. Like in the next
it's
few.
like 100 for her.
Oh no, she's aged because of
Sorry,
me.
we're running out of time,
aged.
so I can't ask you how wives can put up with husbands that aren't funny. Do you have any advice for my wife? If, is that a pretend laugh? Oh, okay, we've got it down. No, that's all the advice. Linz, I hope you're all watching, man.
Take it.
Okay, I've got to at least feel a little bit that you think I'm funny. No, you guys are lovely.
Thank you.
You're
amazing.
Thank you.
No,
You're amazing.
Stop it.
Thank
You
you.
come as a package
Thank
deal
you.
now from
Thank
now
you.
on as well. Go online, show them some love, please, because there's a lot of love coming in our direction from them. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, lots of love coming right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And we love love, right? So we're going to carry on with that sentiment of love and tell you that both myself and Jade love our snacks. You were showing off the fact that you love the charcuterie boards, right?
Yeah.
And we put together something quite spectacular. I'm very impressed.
I decanted the dip. That was me.
Listen, we all have our part to play, okay? So when it comes to like snacking now that we get an opportunity to actually taste this, what's your like strategy when you are out in public and out with like events? Are you kind of like having that like very glamorous, you know, like...
No, I'm like, we stack the biscuit.
We just go for it, okay.
Okay, we do that. We grab the salty crack. Grab the salty crack. Okay,
I'm gonna take a
missing
page of
the
your
cheese
book.
now, you know?
We got some cheese here.
Yeah,
some
there we go.
sauces,
We got some
dips.
cheese. Okay, and then we have some, this is caramelized onion, hummus,
Oh,
yeah?
okay, I'm going to get some of that.
Get some of that.
Thank you.
And then, yeah, okay, but we're going to cut the cheese.
Ooh. This is
That's
good.
my favorite one, I think.
Wow, thank you. Okay, so perfect snack platter. Rugby is happening all throughout this weekend. We've got the women's game on Sunday. We've got our gents on Saturday. If you were to prepare anything yourself, what would out of these be like your fan favorite? Which one would you choose?
Definitely this one.
Definitely,
yeah, definitely
okay.
this one.
Okay.
Like this is time consuming. Like I'm not going to be standing in front of the fire smelling like Braai.
I got you.
This is me right here. I'll add more cheeses, some strawberries, biltong for sure. We're missing biltong.
Amazing.
Guys, next time have me in to come do the charcuterie board.
Okay, well, listen, Jade, you can stay. We've absolutely loved everything about you this morning. Thank you for sharing all your magic with us.
Daddy.
And maybe we'll get something more from you. But for now, I just want to say thank you for being a mom, being an inspirational woman right now as we celebrate women throughout this entire month. And you a hustler, giving us good energy. Giving us
player.
Yes! And I want to say thank you so much for that, Jade. You've been absolutely awesome. Zanzi, again, if you want any other inspiration for game day, you can get it. There's a QR code that's happening all throughout the show. And for now, though, official duties must kick off. I think G-Man's standing by, just about to go on the hour, and it's perfect timing while I tuck into more of this.
All right, well, with the weekend loading on that front, almost the top of the hour, so let's delve into those national news headlines one last time. And we start here in South Africa, where the Portfolio Committee on Tourism has now raised concern over Minister Patricia de Lille's decision to dissolve the South African Tourism Board. So de Lille argues the board overstepped by appointing a replacement for former chairperson Gregory Davids, who resigned in July. Now, committee chair Ronalda Nolamango says it's troubling that the decision was announced via press release without prior consultation. The committee has not yet engaged with de Lille or the dismissed board to fully understand the reasons behind this very bold move. Now we stay in South Africa, where National Police Minister Fani Masemola has confirmed that illegal drugs and medicine worth more than 400 million rand have been destroyed in Gauteng. These substances were confiscated from across the country, including KwaZulu-Natal and OR Tambo International Airports. And authorities say drug trafficking continues to fuel social devastation in South Africa. In fact, in the past 3 years, law enforcement has destroyed drugs valued at over 5.3 billion rand. And Masemola emphasized that intensified operations reflect a determined national effort to disrupt trafficking networks and safeguard their communities. Now, casting a wider scope on the international news front, Sudan's army has denied responsibility for an airstrike on a World Food Programme convoy in Melit, and that's in Darfur. The paramilitary Rapid Support Forces accused the army of the attack, which damaged 3 trucks in a 16-vehicle convoy. The WFP said all staff were safe, but described the assault as part of a troubling pattern against humanitarian operations, as has been seen in other parts of the world. Now, Sudan remains gripped by civil war between the army and RSF since April of 2023, leaving millions dependent on international aid just for baseline survival. Now, speaking of which, Palestinians are fleeing Gaza City as Israeli troops launch the first stage of a planned ground offensive. That's after days of heavy bombardment. The UN has renewed appeals for a ceasefire, warning of catastrophic consequences. Israel insists it will capture Gaza City despite international criticism, calling up 60,000 reservists to support the operation. Residents describe relentless strikes across several neighborhoods. Hamas has accused Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of waging a brutal war while dismissing mediation efforts for a new ceasefire deal. Now let's turn to a beautiful story with trauma at its core. In Hiroshima, some of the most powerful witnesses to history aren't people, but trees. Known as Hibakuja Moko, atomic bomb survivors in the translation, they stood scorched and shattered by the 1945 blast, yet sprouted green again. Today, an organization called Green Legacy Hiroshima is working to preserve their legacy for not just hundreds, but thousands of years. And seeds from these incredible resilient trees have been shared and planted in 41 countries, transforming survival into symbols of peace. And I think in a time when it's desperately needed. As Hiroshima marked its 80th anniversary, this project reminds us that even in devastation, life can push through, quietly urging future generations to right now choose compassion, renewal, and growth over destruction. Hopefully that'll ruminate you with you for just a moment as we get into the sport.
Thank you so much, E-Man. And yes, one last time we dive into all things sport. And let's start off with football action, where Liverpool defender Jeremiah Frimpong will be out for several weeks after sustaining a hamstring injury in the last Friday's 4-2 win over Bournemouth. Now, the £29.5 million summer signing from Bayer Leverkusen limped off an hour into his Premier League debut. And with Conor Bradley only just returning to training, the champions face an early test of their right-back depth. I'll wish them nothing but luck and continued success over this weekend, and especially when it comes to rugby action, because former Australia scrum half Will Genia has officially retired, closing the curtain on a 20-year career that included 110 test caps. Now, the 37-year-old, Australia's 7th most capped player, last represented the Wallabies in 2019 before stints in Japan with Kintetsu Liners. And a former captain, Genia also starred for the Reds, Rebels and Stade Francais. Now, tributes poured in, led by longtime teammate and halves partner, Quade Cooper. Well, we move to cricket next, and Keshav Maharaj has returned to the summit of the ICC men's ODI bowling rankings after his match-winning 5 wickets for 33 runs powered the Proteas to a 98-run win over Australia in Cairns. Now, the 35-year-old spinner, previously top in late 2023, leapfrogged Kuldeep Yadav as well as Mahesh Theekshana. And in T20I rankings, Proteas star Dewald Brevis also climbed to 12th place. Well, in the last roundup of all things sport, we moved to Formula One action, and Malaysia has dismissed the prospect of Formula One returning anytime soon, citing soaring costs and an already congested calendar. Now, Sepang International Circuit, which staged its last F1 race in 2017, would cost the government around 300 million ringgit, or otherwise $71 million. And that's annually to host, plus 10 million ringgit in upkeep. Now, while the F1 is off the table, the circuit continues to host MotoGP as its premier international event. Well, you'll be sure to know that next week, Monday, we'll be bringing you all the sporting action from this weekend, but you'll need to wait for that and hopefully get involved in it. For now, though, many of you are heading on the roads, and G-Man has the latest when it comes to all things traffic.
Before you head out on the roads, let's take you there. We start in Belleville, Cape Town. There is congestion on the R300 northbound at Old Paarl. Expect delays and allow for extra travel time. Weather still playing a part in, most of the roads down here. Moving up to Midrand in Gauteng, there's been a crash on the R21 bi-directional northbound at Voortrekker Road, and that's 2 right lanes are closed, as well as the southbound right lane closed as well. So please expect delays and please practice some patience. Let's get into the weather. As always, we start with a weather warning, and this one coming from the South African Weather Service. They've issued a yellow level 2 warning for waves that could cause localized damage to coastal infrastructure, and that's from Lambert's Bay to Plettenberg Bay, extending to Alexander Bay by tomorrow evening and then persisting into Sunday. It's going to be a rough weekend. They're moving inland. Extremely high fire danger conditions are expected across the extreme northeast of the Northern Cape, then parts of the northwest, the Free State, Limpopo, Mpumalanga and KwaZulu-Natal, and then the Eastern Cape as well. So please, a wide scope this morning. Residents urged to take precautionary measures as dry, windy conditions really will heighten the risk. And now, as I always say, let's temper the nerves with a beautiful sunrise view. And this one, wow, Penny, you are a winner today, undoubtedly, just for waking up to that view. Penny from Westbrook. Well, Penny, you can look forward to a high of 25 degrees to match that gorgeous sunrise. And if you think you can beat us, send us a pic. We'd love to see how you wake up in the morning, cup of coffee in hand, staring off your balcony. Send it to us, 063-036-9649. Well, Penny's got a balmy day ahead. Let's see what the temperatures are looking like in your part of the world.
What a shot, bro. Is that even real? I need to go there now.
We need an app to test. Look at that.
Oh, bro, there's my house. I'm putting off in right now. Let's
I
go.
can actually smell the sea. I can smell the sea. Absolutely beautiful.
Ambiance.
Thank you, Penny, for that one. Maybe she could ride that wave, that luck today, because someone is going to be very lucky.
Yep, indeed.
Wow.
And that could be on your side when you play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 69 million rand in total estimated jackpots, all happening this Friday. So don't miss out. Play the Powerball for an estimated 26 6 million rand. Powerball Plus for an estimated 43 million rand, all happening today.
So please go and get those tickets with a smile on your face when they open in store online right now. nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app, you can use your own cell phone banking app, or you can just dial *120 *7529# for the USSD. Super easy.
We want you to win the millions so badly that we put all the details on Expresso's social media pages. So do the following. Go check it out right now. We're talking about playing Powerball and Powerball Plus for 69 million rand in total estimated jackpot. So what are you waiting for? That's the real question.
All right, we'll see you after the break. Officially 1 hour of the show left. The weekend starts after this. Wow. Officially, I'm saying it.
We see the person behind the banking profile. We see your story. Expresso was proudly brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes. What do you know? It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we are back. One more hour of magic, and it continues right here. So welcome to it, and welcome to a world of beauty as we usher it in so many incredible ways. And I think beauty is more than what meets the eye. It's an experience you feel, you express, and celebrate in your unique way. And today we are joined by Woolworths commercial head for branded beauty. We're talking about Lerato Kampi-Sesoko, as well as functional and technical trainer Corey Goldman, as we explore the evolving narrative of redefining beauty. And I absolutely love this conversation. Couldn't be more pertinent right now. But before we do, how are you all doing?
Very well, thank you, on this beautiful Cape Town morning.
It is beautiful. Yourself, Corey, you good?
I'm just excited to be here. Hi, everyone.
I'm just more grateful the fact that I can like bask in your glow.
Oh, sure. Any day.
Absolutely here for I'm a bathe in the stand. But let's get straight into it. This is a diverse world, to say the least, and a very inclusive world. But how would you personally define beauty? How would
That's
you describe
always
it?
my favorite question.
It's a loaded one.
It is.
Loaded.
It
Yeah.
is. I think for me, beauty is more than just what someone looks like, right?
Thank you for saying that. Yes, please.
I think it goes beyond that, and I think it's more about how you show up in the world. You know, being comfortable and being your most self-accepting version. You know. I think having the confidence to be able to embrace your uniqueness is beautiful. Whatever your skin tone is, your shape, your age, whatever your story is, you know. I think we've passed the days where beauty is this narrow-minded standard, very rigid. But now it's about how do we give people the opportunity to see themselves represented and celebrated in brands and the stores that they walk into. So for me, beauty is about being proud of the skin and the body that you're in.
I love that. And the way you say it exudes beauty as well. Just the way you poise yourself. Corey, what would you say to this?
For me, as cliche as it may sound, I think that beauty is completely in skin deep. So it's how you show up for yourself, like Lerato says, how you show up with that confidence. You go out there and you embrace every single flaw, every single imperfection, and just be like, this is me.
Own it.
You know, own it.
Yeah.
Own it. And that's the space that I love about beauty right now. And it's different, it's changed. Before we used to look in those glossy magazines, we used to see this is what beauty needs to look like. Now you can go out there and just shine. And I think that's the most amazing thing.
I think for me as a man, I always thought beauty was that aesthetic appearance. Having the perfect look and the perfect hair. And I started to realize that for me as a man, my beauty came from a feeling. I wanted to feel beautiful, and I wanted to feel good about myself. And I really resonate with what you're saying right now. Lerato, maybe I can ask you this sort of beauty evolution, especially in the retail space and the branded space of beauty. How do you see beauty evolving? How do you see beauty changing? Because I think it was the aesthetic, it was the perfect look, but we're getting educated and we've seen beyond this, right?
Absolutely. It's a really exciting time to be in the beauty industry right now. We transcended beyond just product, and people want experiences, you know? People want personalization, they want connection.
Yes.
So whether that comes across in inclusive foundation shades, in sustainable options, in digital innovation that helps you meet your perfect beauty product, you know? I think gone are the days of just, you know, stacking the shelves with lipsticks and fragrances.
And countless options.
And countless options, right? We want to be able to curate a solution that really meets you where your values are, where your lifestyle is. So for me, brands and retailers have to be able to create a space where you feel like you've been considered and you've been represented, but also you feel inspired to be your best self. I think the retailers that will win are the ones that are able to create a seamless experience across their physical stores and of course online. We know that that is not going anywhere. That's where we go for our go-to in terms of researching, of course. And from a Woolworths beauty perspective, we've been on a journey to make sure that we've got immersive experiences, our stores. Our consultants give, you know, the most elevated service, and you walk out feeling really proud of being in the store and found your most perfect product.
And one thing just to add to that is what I'm noticing is that people are starting to listen to the consumer. Before it was just dictated to and you take what you can get, but it seems as though you're doing this for me. It's adding that personal touch you mentioned and adding that sort of efficacy in terms of what I desire from this product. So thank you for listening. Let me just add that to it.
You're welcome.
Corey, I want to take it to you. You're a functional and technical trainer. You're not
and technical.
Yeah, you're not just the good looks, right? There's more than that to you. But you're someone that obviously works quite closely with the brand, with the people, internally, externally as well. How are you shaping and embracing this whole idea of beauty, and how are you adding your personal touch to this?
So I think with beauty, there's so much passion that I have, especially in my role.
Okay.
And I love to bring that out to our internal customer as well as to everybody else. And what I love to do is I love to tell people that there are no rules when it comes to beauty. You can do whatever you want to do. It is all inclusive, and that's the beautiful thing about Woolworths Beauty. We are all inclusive. Everybody is invited to our world of beauty. So, and there's so many aspects of beauty that just gives you that confidence boost. So I love to tell people about our fantastic products and how to use it. There's just so much about Woolworths Beauty that makes me excited. Sorry guys, I'm too excited.
No, I can see.
But yes,
I love
there's
that
a
because
passion that I have that I just love.
And I think when someone's proud about a product,
Yes,
that's something
yes.
you can definitely stand behind because man,
Yes.
I'm absorbing that and I'm like, yes, if
awesome.
this is getting you so excited,
Yeah.
I want some of that as well.
Of course.
Let's get a bit more technical while we have you as professionals here on our couch. We see a lot of trendy skin ingredients, right? And I'm going to try and pronounce
Please
these.
do.
Niacinamide,
got it right.
hyaluronic acid,
Yes.
and newer ones like
Bakuchio.
Bakuchio. That one I
Yes.
haven't heard of. But how do we separate between like what's hype and what's really effective in this day and age? Because we're sort of like overwhelmed and inundated with new this, new
Yes,
that. This is the
yes.
best thing. How do we discern and how do we make sure that we're still targeting the main goal of real beauty at this at the core of it?
Great question. I mean, there's so much going on right now, and trendy ingredients seem like they come and they go, but the true test is always science, it's consistency, and it's results. So ingredients like niacinamide and hyaluronic acid aren't just trends. They've been around for years. They've been clinically tested and they consistently deliver on results for hydration, for skin barrier support. But ingredients like Bakuchio, which are newer, are really, really exciting. But of course, I have to say, it's always very, very important before you try any new ingredient that you do your research in terms of the formulation, the concentration levels. You should never put anything blindly on your skin, right? My advice is always to make sure that you are using brands that are transparent in the ingredients, their testing, their claims. Brands should explain to you what the
100%.
ingredient does, why it's included, and where does it fit into your skincare routine, so that you're not forever chasing and adding any ingredient onto your skin. But rather you should be able to find an ingredient, whether it's old or new, that actually suits and caters to your unique skin needs.
Yeah, and I think with the skin being such a beautiful and functional organ, it's important that we put the best on it only. So thank you both so much for educating us and giving us another reason to celebrate the skin that we're in and to understand that beauty goes beyond and it runs a little bit deeper. I think for now, though, beauty has no set rules, as we've heard, and it's a bold and an ever-changing story that we write ourselves. Now, I think the future of beauty is yours to create, Mzansi, and you can shop all your favorite beauty brands at Woolworths. It's available in-store, online, and of course, on the app. Go get your beauty on.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. I want you to buckle up. The World Sports Betting Cash-Out Game is back for week 3. It's been dramatic. Another lucky viewer is about to take the hot seat or take flight, literally. But will they hold on? Will they ride the highs and cash out at just the right time? It is time to find out. I am so nervous, and I'm not even playing because I know how gut-wrenchingly anxious this game is this week. We asked you guys to qualify to answer the competition question, and we put it to you. Do you consider yourself a lucky person? Tell us why or why not. Well, Sharon Shamrock weighed in with a beautiful, quite an emotional one. Yes, I'm truly lucky to have celebrated my mom's 94th birthday with her yesterday. A blessing I'll always cherish. Hashtag World Sports Betting. I love that. That is what life is actually all about. So let's see if we can reward her for giving us that emotional plug-in. And we've got Sharon on the line right now. Good morning, Sharon. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thanks.
You don't sound too nervous. Hopefully still riding the wave of a beautiful birthday celebration. What's your mom's name?
Evelyn Herbert.
Oh, happy birthday, Evelyn. What a beautiful milestone. And I love the fact that you framed your luck like that. So I hope we can comically respond and give you your winnings today. But Sharon, this is going to get tense, so I'm going to need you to listen. What's going to happen? We'll give you a little countdown on the screen and audibly, so you'll hear the 3, 2, 1, and then our little plane is going to start making its way down the runway. And you'll start on 1,000 Rand. That you've got already, okay? So congrats. But as it approaches the end of the runway, the money is going to go up and the timer is going to run. You have to shout the words cash out before the plane takes off. I can't tell you when that's going to happen. We've had someone win big. We've had someone miss it by literally a millisecond. So I hope your luck is going to hold. Sharon, are you ready?
I'm ready, thank you.
You sound ready, and I really have high hopes for you. We are going to count you down. In just a second, your countdown begins. 3, 2, 1. It's now over to you. When you are ready, shout cash out. I'm getting nervous. Ooh, we got some guts here. Ooh, she is living life on the edge. Oh, just missed it, Sharon. Oh, I'm so sorry. I love the fact that you were ready to ride that wave till the end. You just missed out on an incredible 8,100 Rand. I am so sorry. But the good news is you do still go home with 1,000 Rand. Oh, Sharon, congratulations. I'm going to ask you what you're going to spend the money on. I assume maybe a belated birthday gift for your mom. Shame, how are you doing, Sharon?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Oh, my love, I'm sorry that we couldn't give you the full winnings today, but you've got 1,000 Rand, and on the foot of the weekend, hopefully that adds just the kind of energy you need. Well done to Sharon. Now you understand why I get so anxious about playing this game. A split second can cost you thousands. If you are ready for the adrenaline rush and you'd like to play the World Sports Betting Cash-Out Game, as I said, up to 10,000 Rand up for grabs next Friday. Make sure that you tune in to Expresso this coming Monday, and we'll give you the fresh, brand new week's competition question. Good luck.
Oh, man, listen, if you're feeling a little bit disappointed, don't worry. We've brought Maxine back to just elevate the mood right now, and she's been doing the absolute most right here on our Feel Good Breakfast show. Our viewers have been loving you, loving everything about what you're sharing with us, so thank you. And there's a couple comments that I was hoping I could share before the next performance. You down?
Let's go.
All right, well, let's check it out. Firstly, we got Asaf van Nal says, South Africa's Mariah Carey, outstanding.
That's
wow.
so kind.
That's quite
Listen, that's a lot of weight on my shoulders, eh? Please.
Listen, you definitely have that energy, and I think you deserve to be here. So grab your flowers and celebrate them. We got Sekuana next, who says a beautiful performance and using the hashtag Expresso Show. We got Boychelo Modiko, who says great performance. Have a great day, my favorite Expresso family. Yes, please. And then we got June van Dieman, who says an absolutely great performance. Good morning, my Expresso family. Have an absolutely fabulous Friday. Keep warm and stay safe. Well, we are warm, we are safe, and we are absolutely secured because Maxine's still here. You're doing such incredible things, and I got to say, you have an incredible team behind you as well, right?
I do.
Dalen carrying your bag behind you while you watch the performances.
Literally.
It's the best sight here. But for now, though, it's not about him. It's not about him. It's about Maxine, and we get another round of entertainment and performance. So I'm going to leave it to you. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much.
Take it away.
This is my single, Me and You.
You're my full-time lover. Couldn't be no other in my world. You're the one I call you to go out to get it right. Now you got me smiling. You're just too good to be true. Had to learn to trust you. I'm glad you came into my life. We weren't ready, but we fell deep in love. I couldn't tell that you'd be my everything. Everything, gotta keep it on the low. Make sure nobody else knows that you fell in love with me. In love with me. We can't keep it between me and you. Between me and you. We can't keep it between me and you. Between me and you, no air or water sign could let me know how you blow my mind. You're so divine, and you really take your time. Wrote 2 love songs in a night, and there's no denying I choose you every time. So glad you came into my life. We weren't ready, but we fell deep in love. I couldn't tell that you'd be my everything, my everything. Gotta keep it on the low. Make sure nobody else knows that you fell in love with me, in love with me. We can't keep it between me and you, between me and you. We can't keep it between me and you, between me and you. You are my world, can't go a day without you. I'll be your girl, but let's keep it between us. We weren't ready, but we fell. Make sure nobody else knows that you fell in love with me, in love with me. We can't keep it between me and you, between me and you. We can't keep it between me and you, between me and you.
Oh, yes,
Thank you, thank you.
Yay. Hey. Well done, lad. Oh, he was talking smack about you just now, right? Yeah,
I was saying how much I love Ryan. He's been so amazing.
Yeah, I can see, man.
Every time Maxine needs a guitarist with a
Notice how he just steps in right between you guys. No, that was, no, you were amazing, buddy. Thank you so much. Those runs, girl, come on, man.
Thank you.
No,
That's the only running I do.
No, we didn't know when to come back in because the voice just keeps running, man. It's so beautiful. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for blessing us with your love
Thank you
and
guys for
energy
showing
and
love
everything.
all the
You
time.
guys
We
are
appreciate you,
amazing.
Expresso fam.
You too,
Thank
buddy.
you.
We're going to introduce you to the funky culture dance crew that are world beaters, and they're a senior dance crew, best in the biz. On the way.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
All right, Mzansi, welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're opening up on S3, and let me tell you, what's about to happen right now is inspirational women inspiring you. So what began in 2016 as a group of moms bringing their kids to dance class quickly turned into something extraordinary. And amid the laughter and lively conversations in the studio, Ivy Meyer sparked an idea. Why not start a mom's class? And just like that, funky culture was born, baby, with a cheeky twist of fate that led these powerhouse women into their very first dance competition. And by 2017, the funky culture senior dance crew was not just dancing their way, but they were dominating through grit, sweat, and unstoppable energy. They took to the world stage at the Hip Hop Unite World Championships and walked away as world champions, baby. So since their journey has been nothing short of phenomenal, I think we've got to put our hands together for this incredible team. Yeah! Yo, guys, this is amazing. Firstly, how are we all doing? Are we good?
We're good, we're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it to, let's talk to Ivy first. Ivy, this is insane. 2016, you turned this casual moment in the studio into something exceptional. It started off as an idea. Did you ever think this is where it would end up?
You know, when you have a vision, it will definitely be coming to pass.
I like
and
that.
And I have a motto, dreams into reality, and also dream the impossible dream. And with these mommies, I've decided we will dream the impossible dream. So yes, we had a vision and we took it to the stage.
And what a moment to connect with what a dream can do. Sitting here on national TV live right now, rocking Western Cape's colours as athletes. I mean, come on.
Yes.
Marlene, you've done some things, and I've seen you on our studio quite a few times. I've always been envious of your moves. I'm like, I wish I could dance like her. But listen, not all of us are blessed with the talent like you are, but dancing must mean so much more to you than just dance, right? I'm sure this has unlocked such a beautiful world for you. Talk to me about your journey in this incredible group and with this team.
Well, I started about 12 years ago.
Okay.
I think I'm one of the original members.
The OG.
The only one, the only one.
Okay.
And it's been, you know, it's been such a fantastic idea just to join the group. And it keeps my brain alert. It keeps me fit. And now we set new goals every time, and it's like a communicator. We love dancing. So when you're on that dance floor, but I must also stress that we can stress a lot, especially me. But when you're on that dance floor and you start dancing, it's such a good feeling.
Yeah.
And it's really a journey that from 2012 up to now, with these ladies, they just, when I am stressing, then they say to me, Marlene, no, you can do it, you can do it.
And you have done it, Marlene. I must just say, the more times I see you on the show, the younger you seem to be getting. I was actually going to ask you why your daughter's here, and then I realized it was actually you. So clearly the dance is working, ladies. And I think that's what's giving these beautiful smiles on your faces and the glow, and a movement is absolutely key. Sandri, maybe I can ask you, this journey shaped a lot. There's almost like a family culture amongst all of you, beyond this choreography and competition. Is that the case, or am I just reading into this a bit more than I should?
Yes, definitely. Just the fact that we experience this thing together, that you put yourself out there, you step out of your comfort zone, that's already a bonding experience.
And a challenge in itself, right?
Yes, and we encourage one another in that. But we genuinely enjoy one another. We have a lot of fun in class, and we laugh a lot. We've been able to travel together quite a bit, so we've made good memories along the way. And something that struck me in being part of funky culture is just the beauty of appreciating each person's unique personality and character traits, and it's really grown my own character.
Yeah.
And we don't work in a bubble. We part of the greater Out of Africa, and we love the kids and the teenagers, and we all embrace and support one another. So yes, this is much more than just dance. It goes much deeper, and I feel like, my own opinion, like so many things in life, God does so much more. And 4.5 years ago, I was just Googling adult hip-hop dance classes, and here I am, part of this dance family and on this journey together.
And inspiring so many at home that are watching you right now. They're probably thinking, hey, we should get involved, we should join this group. So thank you for inspiring, keeping that door open. I want to talk to Samantha, because you guys have done something that I think is beyond just dancing. It's almost like you breaking stereotypes. It wasn't too long in the past where we would never have women of your age doing the incredible things that you are doing and inspiring like this, but things have clearly changed and stereotypes have changed as well. Have you noticed that?
Yes, definitely. So funky culture has absolutely evolved into a movement that challenges stereotype and really celebrates empowerment. Because as a group of older, I'll rather use the word mature women doing hip hop. I mean, when you think of hip hop,
It's supposed to be for the youngsters.
Exactly. You would think about hip hop as a group. Back in the day, you would just see it as a group of young boys, but now you'll think of it as a group of young people. You know, the mere fact that we are even taking to the stage, we're pushing back against the notion that hip hop is exclusively for young people.
Yeah.
And you know, just by embracing and excelling in this genre, we are sending a message out there that you are not limited by your age, but that we demonstrate that through hard work, passion, dedication, commitment, because it takes lots of commitment and sacrifice, that we can accomplish anything that we put our minds to. And that in itself is empowerment.
And I'm feeling like I should start dancing or doing something more after this inspiration. Lisa, I see you at the back there as well with the biggest smile of them all. Listen, there's something big happening. We've got the IDO World Championships on the horizon. That's something you guys, I believe, participated in before. You were world champions. So almost like defending a title in a way. Is there pressure? How's the prep going? Or are you excited for the challenge ahead?
I think as a team, we're definitely also quite nervous about the big venture ahead. But it's definitely a privilege or honor to step once again, onto the world stage. And as a team, we're working very hard. We, like Samantha said, we're extremely dedicated. And I must admit, like, just simply stepping onto that stage is an achievement. Let alone whatever happens thereafter happens.
And maybe I can leave this to you, Tracy, because I feel like just getting on that stage is already a win, because if you take into account the sacrifice you made, balancing work, balancing kids, a family, you guys are wives, to say the least, moms. How are you doing this and then still going out there and practicing and making time for yourselves on a stage like that? Tracy, how? Give me the secret.
So sometimes there is a secret, but my belief is that balance equals when you, I think I'm going to start. You have to realize that you can't be perfect all the time.
I love how you say that.
So you're going to slip, you're going to let the ball drop, but be graceful with yourself and be kind towards yourself. And for me, my training is my strength, my work is my purpose, and my family is my love. But I've also come as part of funky culture. They have also become part of my family. But the only thing I can say is that be kind to yourself. Don't give yourself that much pressure, because we are not perfect, but we strive to be.
And when you dream big and when you strive, look where it might end you up on live TV, wearing Western Province colours, showing off all your talents. Ladies, you are absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for being a part of women that are making impact, women that are making change, that are hustling, doing the most, and then still get to be celebrating on the show. And we're going to see you dance soon, so I can't wait to see that. And Mzansi, it's time to get inspired. We're almost ready to move the coffee table, and then we'll see these superstars get moving.
Oh, well, I don't know if they are looking for new members, but unfortunately they have seen us both dance already, dude, so that door is closed. But we can still look forward to the weekend, and if you are hosting this weekend, our favorite Abigail Donnelly is here to share some hosting inspiration, creating the ultimate antipasti spread using Italian-inspired ingredients from Woolworths. They have lent in to the Italian palate. And I have a feeling, like me, this makes you very happy. These are flavors we love,
yeah,
yes?
Completely. And I mean, look at the spread and the choice that you can buy on the shelves and in the fridge.
I know it's mind-blowing and maybe a little intimidating. Okay, so I know you've got a little workstation set up here, so I'm not going to slow you down.
Shall we do a little swap there?
Because I don't want to butcher these wraps, because I have a feeling every ounce of this is going to be bought. But when putting together, well, first of all, explain what you're going to be putting together there as a little addition.
So not traditionally kind of like Italian with wraps. I would like to do it also on a chia butter or a nice focaccia. Woolies have got the most most amazing olive and sun-dried tomato studded focaccia at the moment. Pop it in the oven 5 minutes, and it's like artisanal.
Oh, and but you get the smell in your house as well,
yeah.
which is amazing because we do eat with the senses.
So because Italian has such a varied kind of selection on the shelves and in the fridges as well, you can just pop these things in your fridge. You can have them in your pantry. When your guests come out or you need a little nibble or a little antipasti, then you can just make it your own.
And is that at the heart of how antipasti came to be? Because we take all of these beautiful Italian trends, things like a pizza, where I know people say a pizza originated in America, but I'm sorry, Napoli is where they do it best.
100%.
But there is something about the street food there that we kind of put on a culinary pedestal, but it's just the way they live. Because they have access to amazing produce, and we're not going to use it all today. So I'm going to preserve it beautifully. I'm going to cure the meat beautifully. But I kind of feel like South Africa is catching up. Our produce, our ingredients, and our chefs, best in the world,
100%.
I think.
And we own our own identity in food as well. So antipasti is basically just a very kind of cold platter of beautiful coloured little snacks that you have, like the Italians, you have in the beginning, because it's not just one thing. We just kind of put a few things on the table, but they have all these courses from antipasti to dessert dolce.
Because it's your responsibility.
And then you go to sleep. And then you go to sleep, and then you start again.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But this is such a beautiful treat. I mean, look at these little layers of the real deal. Now, this is Parma ham.
So this is why people can buy houses with cheese and cured meat in parts of Europe, because it is this beautiful and this delicious.
And this comes from Parma. So you'll see on the packaging, it has the gold crown. So this is a protected product, like Parmigiano Reggiano.
Like what we're trying to do with the rooibos or something like that.
Exactly. And we need to put those gold things, and we need to own those of our own,
Yeah.
So, a lot of people say, what's the difference between prosciutto and a Parma? It is the same thing, but it's the region, and this Parma is protected.
The devil is in the details.
Exactly. Let's add a little bit of crunch, rocket. In Italy, it's called arugula.
What I'm loving here is you've got, in the Parma, you've got a beautiful fat content. I mean, the flavour just explodes.
Exactly. In Italian homes, they have these big Parmas on the stand, and those big ones are available in Woolies. It's such a treat.
Really?
And then they just carve them, and then that fat, it's room temperature, and the fat just kind of melts and coats. And then you want to eat more because it just gets your appetite and your taste buds going.
And that's why it's little bites, so you can pace yourself. And it is very satiating to eat this way as well. It kind of fills you up because it's rich. Strong flavours. I mean, we're dealing with 3 or 4 beautiful strong flavours there.
Exactly.
How important is balance? And maybe not just through the flavours, but through the ingredients, because we've got cheese, we've got meat, we've got fresh components. Do you have to kind of say 2 meats, 2 cheeses?
No.
How do you achieve balance?
Yeah, it's all about owning it and what you like.
I like that.
So a little bit of pesto adds that pungency of basil, and then the olive oil is fruity, and there's obviously different olive oils, and then the briny saltiness of an olive, on a platter.
And then the funkiness of a blue cheese.
Yes, and exactly, gorgonzola. And then a little jar of sun-dried tomatoes, whole roasted, adds acidity and sweetness.
I went down a rabbit hole just with the sun-dried tomato pesto and a biscuit. Just that was enough. So end of the month, you're all right as well.
Exactly.
Okay, those look gorgeous.
Cool.
Should we swap sides?
Yeah,
and I'll try my hand at one of those.
Yeah, you can have a little taste if you want.
Oh, bless you, child, for saying that. And I think what's nice about this is it becomes quite bespoke for each guest. They can kind of craft their own plate from the platter, which is great.
Exactly. And, as the Italians say, this is served, the antipasti platter on a planet is served cold before your meal. But I mean, this is the meal for me.
I don't know what we're having for mains.
I don't know what.
I
mean, there must be a ravioli happening.
Okay, I don't know if you can see the cross section there, but it looks absolutely beautiful. There we go. And let's have a little.
I saw all that pesto drizzling out there.
About 5 different landing points.
Exactly. Crunch, drizzle, dip, and then obviously I didn't warm, because Stevie, I didn't warm those wraps, but a little toasty
for sure.
is really, really actually helps. I want to I want you to just smell that. I mean, you can taste it, but it's a brand new product. These little tubs of salami. And they've got such a beautiful ratio of fatness to the meat. And then they coat it in the real deal, Parmigiano Reggiano.
Oh.
So how beautiful is that? And I wouldn't put that in a wrap.
Can I sneak a little taste?
Yeah,
Do you mind?
definitely,
Sorry,
yeah. That is
excuse
pure
me using my fingers, but
Italian luxury and innovation. I mean, you get the salty, the fattiness, and then you just, that doesn't even need a little cracker. That's just...
Sorry.
Yeah.
I have to do the dance of joy just to show true appreciation. Wow. Wow. Okay, so look, the products have got us 99% of the way there. This is produce on
100%.
another level. Any tips for someone wanting to create that wow factor with their antipasti, with their platter?
I think definitely,
I'm keeping this.
Yeah, you can put that in your lunchbox.
Exactly.
Okay, take it home.
Wow.
I think definitely crunch, color, and then the different flavors, the acidity and the sweetness and the brininess that we spoke about. Breadsticks, crackers,
yeah.
toasted focaccia or ciabatta, which we've got here. We've got salamis, we've got prosciutto. Brand new on the shelf is mortadella, which is also a pork product, but it's a kind of like a sausage, and it's sliced, and it's really got these pockets of nice fat.
Like chorizo type vibes,
and it's
but
so
a bit more
on
Italian.
trend because it's so soft, and it's like these little shavings, and they just pile them up on hot ciabatta. And
You're like the savory Charlie in the chocolate factory, like Willy Wonka. That's what you are. You are the savory platter Willy Wonka, okay?
So that's, and then cheeses as well. You've got mascarpone in store. There's a beautiful sweet mascarpone layered with pecan nuts and glazed figs.
To add a bit of sweet to offset.
Yes, and then gorgonzola is the king of Italian cheese in my world, in my life.
Yeah, me
and
too.
it's creamy. I love to add it to pastas, to gnocchi, and just eat it on its own with a little sweet fresh fig or a cherry.
Do you know what I like about this? Normally you wouldn't want too many supercars in the same garage at the
Yes,
same time.
yeah,
but now
yeah.
I kind of feel like we've got all the supercars out on display and they only complement each other. Nothing takes. It all just adds.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
And it's really no work. You just got to make sure your fridge and your pantry is stocked with these very beautiful ingredients. And if you've got a little bit of pesto left over, just toss it with a little bit of cream over your
on
pasta.
pasta, exactly.
And hey, dinner, hey, pesto.
The week is sorted, but I don't think there are going to be a lot of leftovers. Abigail Donnelly, you are a genius. About crazy, but we love it. This is the spread we want ahead of the weekend. Host like a pro using Italy's finest, and I can stress, finest ingredients from Woolworths. Shop all of this in-store, online, or on the app, and enjoy after the break. We're dancing. We'll see you now. Okay, I'm going in again.
Go in.
Life is too short for cold drinks or cold food and long waits. And thanks to My Dear, 3 lucky viewers stand the chance of winning a brand spanking new My Dear digital inverter microwave valued at 1,299 Rand.
So to enter, simply follow @MyDear South Africa and then reply to the weekly competition post on My Dear's social page, and remember to tag @Expresso Show in your answer.
And don't forget that hashtag My Dear Microwaves. Entries close midnight this Sunday, so get on it. Heat it.
Eat it.
And win.
Fantastic.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Excuse the Italian food that comes from my mouth, but Abigail Donnelly is a genius, man. Unbelievable platter. Go and check out our socials if you want to be inspired. But right now, let's inspire everybody with a massive opportunity. Powerball and Powerball Plus weighing in with 69 million rand in the jackpot today. At least that's estimated. So please don't miss out. Go and play for 26 million rand in your Powerball and Powerball Plus for a further 43 milli today.
Yeah, so how do you do it? Here's how. You can buy your tickets now in store on the nationallottery.co.za website. There's the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# and follow the USSDs. That's simple.
And we've had some amazing content on our social media platforms, so go and check that out. And while you're there, you can find all these details at your leisure. Go and check them out and then play your Powerball and Powerball Plus for 69 million rand in that jackpot today. Wow. You know, if I won that money, I'd create a dance crew.
Oh,
a dance crew just for seniors like myself.
Like a funky dance crew.
A funky dance crew for really immature people who play around like kids pretending to be grown-ups. So luckily, we have got some on another level, from moms to world champs.
Yeah, representing South Africa with pride and power. Watch them groove like pros, because it's time for the funky culture. Move the coffee table.
Fantastic.